everyone. It's the Fisher here. Today we're gonna do something a bit different. Hello Herma, hello Dynamic Gamer, hello Ghostly Aussie. Peanut Gallery Zumble, yes. So y'all can see, I have a tier list here on screen. Because Ghostly Aussie suggested that, hey, for my upcoming 2-year anniversary of being a Twitch affiliate, why not do a tier ranking list for all the games I've played in 2025? I went a step further. Music's a bit loud? Okay, let me turn it down. Hold on. Is that better? Let me know, because I can't hear my music. Only you guys can hear it. I made it so that I can't hear my music. Yes, that's on purpose. That's on purpose. When I speak, I have a compressor, so when I speak, the music goes down. But when I'm not speaking, the music goes back up. That's a compressor thing. I call it ducker. It's a setting in the filters. That's on purpose. Or you want me to turn the filter off? I can turn it off, actually, if that helps. That's better. Because I feel like if there's no music and I just keep talking, it's kind of boring. Hold on, I can try it without the filter. Is this better? If it's like constantly at the same volume, is this better? Is this better? Is the music too soft, too loud? No, rather than it fluctuating? Because I do the same thing for my game. I suppose it works differently like in game when I'm gaming than when I'm just music. Okay, I'll keep it that way then. Yeah, because I do the same setting for games, but I suppose it's different when you're gaming than when you're just doing a just chatting thing. But yes. Okay, as you can see from the tier list, go back to that point. I went a step further. I included all the games that I've played for the past 2 years. Because it's been 2 years since I've been a Twitch affiliate, right? So for the past 2 years, this is all the games, or most of the games I've played, because I have not included all the games, because there are some games I played off stream. Like I just did a recording for it and posted it on YouTube. I didn't include some of the games because most of them are hidden objects and stuff, so they're not here. It's hard for me to track the past 2 years how many games I played and uploaded. So this is most that I could find. I probably played more, off stream and stuff, but these are the games I mainly streamed. Except for one of them, I think. This one. You guys can't even see my mouse. You can't see my mouse. Oh, yes, here. Now you can see my mouse. But yes, here. Except for this game. This game I played, off stream. I didn't upload it or anything, so... But yes. So... I tried to name it something interesting, you know? But I guess you guys can guess it's from S to F. I'll explain it, okay, before I start the ranking thing. Sleuthtacular. It's a play on words. The inspiration for this came from Scooby-Doo. In Scooby-Doo, if you guys have played any of the Scooby-Doo adventure games, there's 3 levels. Before you start the game, they ask you to pick 3 levels. There's spooky, spooktacular, that kind of thing. That's where this comes from. But except for spooky, I use sleuth. So this is pretty much S tier. So in S tier are games that are my favorites, top of the list. I wish I can forget all about the game and replay it for the first time. Because I want the initial experience again, because they're that great. And I don't mind replaying them, no matter how many times, I still love it. That's S tier. Top of the list perfect, amazing, you know. A tier is good. It's good, but not as good as S. Like, you know, I'll still want to replay it eventually, but not to the point of, oh, I want to forget all about it and play it again. It's just, you know, it's still fantastic, but it's like, there are some flaws to it that I don't include it in S tier. B is bizarre but good. Like, we all know, I play a lot of games, some of which are very bizarre, but it's not a bad kind of bizarre. You know, it's a good kind of bizarre. It's the weird, but not like a bad kind of weird. It's like somehow it works. C tier is like cliche, like very common, very typical, nothing special. I like it, but I don't really care for it that much. No, I don't want to replay it. No, but I don't regret playing it. D tier is average. You know, like nothing special, right? It's okay. It's more like a meh. It's not terrible. It's not bad, but just, you don't have to play it. I won't like really recommend it. Like, I won't stop people from playing it, but I won't recommend it and be like, you have to try this game. No. You know? E is just boring. Why is there an E? Originally, there's no E tier. Actually, there's just an F tier. But I realize there's some games that I feel like I may not like, but I can see other people liking it. You know, I can see why people play it and enjoy it, but I personally don't. But it's not so terrible that I like hate it hardcore, you know? So that's why I included an E tier, because there's some games that acknowledge that it's kind of my fault for not doing research, or for just personally not for me, but could be for other people. And F tier is forever behind bars. Like, fuck you. Don't ever play this game. I hate it. Like, I respect people who like it, but I hate it. Like, never again will I ever try that game. Ever. Like, a waste of my money. That's F tier. And that's my tier list. I tried to come up with interesting names, guys. I did. I tried to come up with interesting names, you know, for my tier. My tier list. Like, I don't want to. I originally just came up with S to F, but then I decided that's too boring for me. I wanted something more interesting. So I included like these names. I tried to come up with something interesting for it. You know, and I'm glad you like it. I guess. I'm glad you like it. But yeah, so since I've been a Twitch affiliate for 2 years, and it's not officially the date. Hold on. I need to clean my glasses. I forgot to do it before stream. But yes, I do that. It's not the official date yet. It's much earlier a bit. Like, I officially became a Twitch affiliate on 25th of February, which is coming soon in a couple days. But it's a weekday, so I'm working then, obviously. I mean, technically I did quit my job already. I didn't choose to like sign on, but I have to work until March. So I will still be working on 25th. So as y'all know, I don't really stream on work days because I get so tired. So I decided to do it earlier because I ended Black Mirror 3 earlier. So I started earlier because why not? But yes, we'll start on the ranking. Why not? We'll start on the ranking. Okay. First up, Lumina Night. Now, this is a game that's made by Korean indie studio, I think. It's the first of its kind. I have not played much games that are similar to that, actually. It's kind of like... It's not really a platformer. No, that's not the word. It's a side-scroller. So, it's a game that will never cause motion sickness because it doesn't like move the camera at all. And it's kind of good. You know, it's hard to say. The plot of it starts off playing as this guy. The picture is really small, so you guys can't really see it. This guy. He's the father of the main character. Don't ask me about the names. I don't remember the names, okay? Like, I like it, but my brain's a bit fuzzy on the naming thing. You start off playing as this guy, but then he goes missing, right? And you play as the girl who's trying to look for her father. She doesn't believe he's dead, you know, doesn't believe like he betrayed the police and stuff. And then this is the partner. So they're originally like the father and the partner work together, and it's not the end of the story yet. This is the first game actually, and I will put this way. I'll rank it first. I'll put it A. It's not S tier, but it's definitely an A. I will replay it. Like, I would love to replay it. If I don't have that many games on my in my game library backlog, I would play it again. And it's not officially ending yet, because the ending of the game, which I should have said this before I started, there are spoilers in this video. If you guys are watching, there are spoilers, because I will talk about the games I play. Okay? So, yeah, back to Lumina Night. The ending ends on a cliffhanger. I can't really go into detail about it because I'll spoil the game if like people want to see it or play it themselves. But they are coming out with a second game, I hope, because I really like the premise of the game and the whole the graphics is 2D. It's not pixel, which I like a good pixel game, but there are a lot of those out there. So it's just like 2D, kind of anime-like. So I like the art. The music's pretty good in that game. You know, and the puzzles are, most of them are not too difficult. I remember you can skip puzzles if you get stuck. I remember I did kind of skip like a puzzle or two in that one. But most of the puzzles are pretty easy. Storyline's good. I was really into the entire game, so A tier. It's not S tier yet, because it's not like perfect. I mean, I would love to replay it, just, but not like I would want to forget about it and replay it for the first time kind of thing. It's just good. It's good. I would recommend this though if you like detective games, honestly. Any games beyond C tier are games that I would recommend, which I kind of realized that I'm quite forgiving with my games. I don't know if I have a lot of games on this level, actually, especially the bottom two, I realized. Does it have a sequel? As of yet, I don't think so. I don't think so. I can check. Go to Steam. Yeah, I'm not logged in here. Why am I not logged in? That doesn't matter. Yeah. It's made by a company called Speakasoft, and you can see the trailer here. You guys can't really hear anything, but it looks like this. Okay? It looks like this. So it's a side-scroller, see? And some parts of it reminds me of Ace Attorney. Some parts of it. But it's not the same. It's a bit different. Horse Fest. What does horse? Oh yeah. It's Year of the Horse. For the Chinese New Year is the Year of the Horse. And look at the art. You guys look at this art for Lumina Night. Look at the art. Like, as I said, I appreciate a good pixel game like Kathy Rain and stuff, but you don't find a lot of games like with this art. Like the art style, at least. At least not the ones I played. Okay? So I really like the art and the whole like this system. Yeah, this reminds me a little bit of Ace Attorney, this section. Because you can choose evidence and kind of like break a person's like alibi or you know whatever they're saying. You can like use evidence against them. Yeah, see, this is pretty much how the game looks, and I really appreciate it. And then yeah, there are puzzles like that, so it's a nice unique system that they have. Like they combine, I feel like, a couple of different like game like systems like from different games, like, you know, Ace Attorney and stuff, but they make it unique. You see, it's not exactly the same. They made their own thing, and I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. So that's Lumina Night preview of that game for you. I really like it. A tier, really good game. Okay, up next, Alex Hill. Ooh, this one is tough. Okay, I'll preface this by saying that this is made by a single person, from what I know. However, while I acknowledge that one single person made the game, and mad respect to them for even being able to make the game, because I cannot do that. I tried. Okay, going into Blender, it's hard. But still, I gotta give it a C. Just because it's made by one person. So I'm giving it a C. It's not great. It's not great. Like, I love to put it higher, but it's not great. In fact, I could even put it like average. But I'll put it C because only one person made it. It's not made by a studio or anything. This game's made by Nancy Drew Fan. And with that being said, there's the flaws that came with the game, honestly, because while it definitely has the vibe of a Nancy Drew game, but it got both the good and the bad parts. And that's a flaw that a lot of these like games are made by like Nancy Drew fans, or like or rather games are inspired by Nancy Drew. So they made the games really similar to Nancy Drew, but they have all the flaws that Nancy Drew game has, which I don't enjoy. Particularly with this game. This game's premise is that you investigate into the murder of a girl. Right, because one person is getting like threatening letters and notes and stuff, and we got to look into the murder to figure out like what actually is going on. But by the end of it, the answer to that mystery never gets answered, which I really don't like, because as much as I acknowledge that in real life, there are some mysteries where we never get answers. Like, it's kind of unsolved in that sense. Because the only person who knows the answer as to the reason why the murder happened and stuff, it's the killer. And I know that in real life, there's some times where the killer is dead. We never get answers ever. We can only guess. And I acknowledge that's realistic. But when I'm playing a game, I don't want unanswered questions. I want the mystery to be solved. And yes, it's a bit anticlimactic because the whole thing about the mystery is investigating this dead girl. Why is she killed? How is she killed? And yet that never gets answered because the supposed main suspect dies in game. Okay, he's also the person who hired us. He's the one getting like threatening messages, but he dies in game. So we never know if it's actually an accident, because the death of the girl is ruled an accident. Is it really an accident? Did it just happen? You know, and you know, and he somehow got away unscathed and just so happens to be the only person that's there? Or is he not even there to begin with? The death happened after. Like, we never get answers because that person is dead. And the whole reason as to why he got killed, the suspect's reason is that she wanted to scare him. Because she suspected that that person killed the girl. And so she just decided to what? Give threatening letters, and then in the end, like, wanted to scare him, ends up killing him. So she goes to murder because her best friend, like, she suspected the person killed the best friend. And the problem with that is that she was also friends with that dude. And it's just off. I don't like it. There's no like, to the mystery. It's just weird. Like, you know? Like, I can feel like the creator tried. Like, they really tried to make, like, plot twists and stuff, but it's like the whole reasoning, like, I don't like it. And then with the anticlimactic, you know, unanswered question for the mystery of the dead girl, it's just, I don't fancy this game. I appreciate the effort, which is why I'm giving a C and nothing lower, but not a good game. I don't recommend it. Like, if you were to go look at the reviews, they're very positive, as you can see. And if you look at the graphics, it's not terrible. It's not terrible. You know? Kind of generic. I mean, I suppose. But it's not terrible. I mean, it's made by one person, as I said. So, good effort on them for making the game. Yeah, if it has a different ending, will it be a better game? Yes. If they went a different route with the game. Because look, the environment is good. It looks great. It's not terrible at all if you look at it. You know, but the whole mystery, because here's the thing, this game starts with a haunting. See, the problem with this game starts off with a haunting. So this guy, Ronnie, he gets threatening letters and notes, and then the supposed spirit of the lady is just haunting the area. That turns out to be a hoax. Okay? They go with the Nancy Drew route of it's a fake. It's just the person trying to scare Ronnie into confessing. The problem with that is he don't even remember anything. And the whole death with the young woman, it's a boating accident. We went to see, there's no screenshots here. We went to see the actual place where the woman died. The entire house, supposedly where the boat crashed into, was destroyed. So me, as y'all know, I love to put logic into games more than I should for point and clicks. Like, if it was that bad of a boating accident, how come he came out unscathed, uninjured at all? He was just wet, apparently. No, he was drunk and then wet. And I was imagining if he was on that boat, he would have been seriously hurt. How is he not hurt? Especially when he's drunk. You know, it's not like it's a pre-planned murder. You know, see, that's the whole problem here. That night where the murder happened, he was drunk. He drank alcohol. He wasn't even really conscious. So it was not a pre-planned murder. He didn't, like, plan to kill the girl. How come he was not injured at all and then the girl just died? Like, it was so bad that she pretty much died on impact, apparently. If memory serves me well, don't quote me because it's been a while. But it just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense why it happened. And then we can't ask him at all because he ends up dead. See, that's the whole thing. He ends up dead in game. So it's not like we can ask him about it because, one, he doesn't remember. And he dies before even anything happens. It's just terrible that the whole route it went down. I looked forward to this game. I kind of enjoyed playing it. but it doesn't make sense, the whole game. And that's a flaw for a lot of games that go down the whole like inspired by Nancy Drew. They make it too similar to the Nancy Drew games that they get the same flaws, and I don't like it. I don't. Sorry. So yeah, anything more than a C I can't give. I want to put it D, but one person made this is the only reason why it's on C. Okay, I'll move on before I start ranting about it. Arsene Lupin, oh boy. Yeah. Exceptionally boring. To me. Now. Arsene Lupin looks good. Okay, if you were to look at the game, it looks good. Okay, the premise of the game, initially when I read this, it looked fantastic to me. I thought it was a game where like Arsene Lupin decided to stop being a thief and become a detective. You know, or something along those lines. But as I was playing, really early on in the game, you play first as Arsene Lupin and then you switch to playing as an inspector. I think it's this guy. This guy. But they did the thing where on a smaller scale than Heavy Rain, because Heavy Rain did the same thing where they kind of lie to the player, or they hid information from the player. So in Arsene Lupin's case, what happened when you're playing as Arsene Lupin, when you switch to a different character, they have a different explanation. Like the way things went a bit differently. So it's kind of like, I was like, wait a minute, that's not right. Like I was there, I was Arsene Lupin, I was playing that. That's not what happened. That's how it felt to me, and I don't like that. I understand wanting like plot twists and making things a bit like different, unique, that kind of like surprise element, but I don't like this. I don't like the way they did it. And yes, again, it's mostly positive, so I can acknowledge the fact that it's on me, because I bought it like kind of like immediately when it came out. I didn't wait to look at the reviews and look more into the game, so it's on me for having the wrong idea of what the game is. You know, so I can acknowledge the fact that people will enjoy this game more than I do. You know, because it's not a bad game. I can see people enjoying it. It's just not for me. It's just an ick for me, what they did, but it's just a me thing to say. I'm not saying it's a bad game. It's just a me thing. So it's E only for that. This, like, E tier is like, yeah, personal problem. Okay? I won't personally play it, but if you would like to play it, go for it. I can see people enjoying it. It's just not for me. Okay, next up, Bertram Fiddle. This is like, I think, is this episode 1? I think this is episode 1. Adventures of Bertram Fiddle. This looks like the episode 1 poster to me. I can look it up, right? It's, again, some of these games has been so long, I don't remember much of it. A Dreadly Business. This is episode 1. It has a different cover. It could also be episode 2. But I'll give this a B. Art style wise, really cute. Okay, as you can see, simple. So it's not like really complicated. It's different from like Luminant Night, for example, where it's really detailed, you know, anime like. This is more cartoon. You know, it's I've mentioned it when I was playing the game, I think episode 2, that you don't need to have like a really like incredible like drawing skills to make the game. As you can see, it's like really simple looking, right? Very cartoonish. Better than I can draw, obviously, but I like it. I like the art style. It's really cute, really unique. Because I don't play much games with this art style. I gotta be honest. And the game, it's not serious. Okay, this is one of like a game where it's a murder mystery. There are like murders that occur in the game. This is the first one, episode 1, A Dreadly Business. They have an episode 2, Bleaker Predicament, which I've also played, and I think you guys have watched it. Well, same art style, same bizarreness. Okay, very cute. Nothing serious about it because there are murders. There's like, you know, but it's not like serious. It's like funny. And no, murder is not funny in real life, okay? But this game, the way they make it work, and yes, it's like kind of like a parody of the genre. It's like humorous. Not the idea of like a murder mystery like that, but it's like the game itself. You know, and the fact that Sherlock Holmes and John Watson, is that John Watson? That's his name, right? I mean Watson, Dr. Watson. They exist in game, but it's kind of like a parody. It's like a different version of Sherlock. They amp up his assholeness and arrogantness a bit in the game, and it's kind of hilarious because you don't play as Sherlock, you play as like Bertram Fiddle and his like assistant. Which, another fact of this is that supernatural stuff exists in this game. So there are monsters, there are like ghosts, you know, and there's a Cyclops. You know, see our assistant, he's a Cyclops. And yes, Watson is nice. Sherlock is an ass. Watson is nice. Okay, and yeah, it's a kind of like a parody. You know, it's really fun. And there are puzzles. You see, there are puzzles in game that are not too difficult. You can solve it. That's the thing I like. It's like there are various different puzzles in game, but it's not incredibly hard or anything. And then it's humorous. It's cute. You know, it's not like serious, like say like a typical like Sherlock Holmes game, for example. Since he exists in this game, might as well. Sherlock Holmes game can be a bit more serious, like more gory, like dark themed. At least the ones I played, like Sherlock Holmes: The Awakened, 2008 edition. That one's definitely like gory or cults, bloody. No, that's like a serious game. This one, it's relaxing. I can call this like a cozy mystery game if you don't want to burn your head and go all batshit crazy because of the game and stuff. You can just relax with this one. Don't take it too seriously. It doesn't take itself seriously. Is the entire vibe of this game, and I like it. Unfortunately, I don't think they made a new game of that one. I think. Yeah, they have not come out episode 3 or anything. I wish they made more games with that kind of like idea. But yeah, you know what? I won't look at these games. I'm doing a tier ranking. But yes, B tier. It's not like A tier or even S tier level, but it's B. It's definitely good. It's bizarre, but good. I'll recommend it. I'll want other people to play it. You want just a cozy, relaxing game. Nothing too serious. It's a game you go for. Don't take it seriously. Oh, Cabernet. Next up, Cabernet. I am so sorry. Yeah, it's bizarre B tier. Comedic. But yeah, Cabernet. I'm sad to put this in E tier. I will say this. I am sad to put this in E tier. And the only reason I put this in E tier is not because the art is bad, or the game's like storyline or plot and everything is bad, or the music, nothing. No, it's just purely because of the bugs. Okay, I might be unlucky, because I have had other people play this game, never encountered any bugs. You know, they just finished it. You know, but for me, I don't know. It's just my bad luck. I encountered the most amount of bugs when I'm playing this game. And the sad thing about this, it's the type of game where you can't save whenever you want. You can only save when you're in front of a mirror. Okay, and the mirror in your bedroom. And it doesn't save at the exact spot you stop at. It's saved like at the start of the chapter or something like that, like start of the day. So, whenever I encounter a bug and I gotta restart and replay the entire section, it's really annoying. Like if it happened once or twice, fine. But the amount of times it happened to me when I'm playing that game is terrible. Okay, because I like the premise of the game. You play as a vampire, not knowing how you were turned, who turned you. You know, so you're just going about your life, you know, trying to live as a vampire. And there are different choices you can make. It can be like a bad vampire, it can be a good vampire. There's a lot of different routes you can take. And the idea of it is good. Okay, it's not a bad game. I enjoyed it for the most part. But the amount of bugs I encountered for this game, and this is a 2D animated game. And for what it is, it should not have that many bugs. Especially for how long it came out, because I didn't play it immediately after it came out. I played it a while after it came out. So by that point, you would think they fixed all the bugs, but no. You still have the bugs, and the only way to get through it is to restart the entire chapter. And the amount of times I had to do that, because I just got stuck at the chapter, I had to repeat playing the game and start from an earlier point, it's annoying. No, it's annoying. And so this is why it's an E tier. Like, I acknowledge the fact that if you can play it if you're lucky and you don't get any bugs, or you're playing the Switch version, because I played the PC version. So it could be just the PC version that's bugged, because I've had a friend who played the Switch version. Because she doesn't really have a PC, a gaming PC that, so she played it on the Switch. No bugs. So if you're playing on a Switch, it could work for you. But for me, I'm unlucky, as y'all know, with my damn luck. It's not the first game, not the only game I've encountered bugs and problems with. But yeah, I wish it was better. I really wish it was better. I wish I could rank it higher, because the entire premise, it's like a point and click adventure, like RPG, is the best way to describe this game. If not for the bugs, it's a good game. It's a game I want to finish. I want to know the storyline. I want to explore different routes. But because of the amount of bugs I encountered and the bad, like terrible saving aspect of the game, where I can't save whenever I want, I have to save it from the start of the day or the start of the chapter, it's annoying. It's annoying, so I have to rank it a B. Because if it works for you and you manage to finish the game and enjoy it, good. Because there are a lot of like good reviews for it. I can show you. See? Really positive. And look at the art style. It's cute. It's really cute. And you get to play as a vampire with different like superpowers. You know, and you can get to date people. You know, it's, and then there's mystery. You get to solve the mystery of your own turning, you know, and make friends and date people and all that, and change clothes. And you can go different routes. You can like go to study different things, and you're good at different things. And you know, it would be a good game if it works for you. It's just, I'm just unlucky and it doesn't work, which is sad. If only they managed to get rid of the bugs and fix it. But unfortunately, they didn't. Apparently, I don't think they ever really got to fix the bugs. So it's just sad. Okay, let's go to the next one. I have a lot of games to get through. Okay, up next, Dark Side Detective, a game that I have finished not too long ago, actually, and it's B tier. It's not A or S tier yet. Okay, it's not up there where I want to like really replay it, you know, like, you know, over and over again and No, but it's good. It's bizarre, obviously, the entire premise. It's, again, one of the games where, like, Retro Fiddle, don't take it seriously. It's a cozy point and click, a cozy mystery point and click, which is kind of rare for the games I play. A lot of them are just really serious. But this one though, it's like the bizarre, cozy but don't take it seriously kind of game. It's humorous. It makes jokes. It's kind of another parody of the genre. You can relax with this game, you know, which is a nice. It's a nice different thing, you know. I don't know how to put it because a lot of games I play, as y'all can see here, they're very serious. Okay, they're not like cozy at all. You know, most of the games I play are not, but this one is like one of those like, oh, it's just chill. Don't have to think too much about it. You don't have to stress yourself out. Puzzles are not too difficult. I mean, yes, you might get stuck here and there, not knowing what to do, but it's not terrible. Not too difficult. You know, it's just chill, which I like. I really appreciate. Again, not enough to be A or S tier, but it's definitely something I would recommend people to play. If you just want a relaxing, cozy mystery game, this is it. Enough said. And it's pixel. And this is the pixel where it's not like the Cathy Rain kind of like detailed pixel, like modern day pixel game. No, it's like the retro pixel game. Like it's modern, but it looks like something that came out in the 90s, and I like it. You know, it's nice. And I haven't played part 2 yet. I've got the sequel game. I'll play it probably in Christmas again. It'll be the Christmas game. Because apparently there's another Christmas DLC I've heard in the second one, but I'm not too sure. Gotta check that out. Okay, up next, Agatha Christie Evil Under the Sun, and y'all know, S tier. S tier. Storyline's good, you know, the entire plot of the game is good. It follows pretty much closely to the books from what I've heard. I might be wrong though, but it's pretty similar to the books. Maybe a bit different here and there, but the whole story flow, really good. Especially for an Agatha Christie game. P tier for Poirot. Damn, I should have put that, but it's S. I almost named it like Sherlock over here, actually, but I changed to Sleuth because I like more than one sleuth. But yeah, P tier. It's up there, but I don't have a P tier, but Poirot. Poirot. That alone can put it in S tier. Add Hastings into it. Oh my god. Because, okay. Of all the detective games, I will say of all the detectives, like the famous ones that we know of, in terms of like game series, there's Sherlock Holmes, there's Nancy Drew, there's Agatha Christie, and this one is one of the classics. This came out in the early 2000s. This is actually considered abandonware at this point because you can't buy the game anymore. However, despite the fact that the game came out so long ago, it works on modern day computers. The graphics still look amazing. It lives up to its time. I mean, yes, you can tell that it's made in its time, but it still looks good. It has that like retro vibe. Story is good. There are a lot of characters in the game, each of them being really unique. They have its own personality, their own storyline. You know, a lot of places to explore, good music, and oh my god, Poirot and Hastings. Because this game you play as Poirot. However, you're actually Hastings playing as Poirot. And their whole like vibe when they're talking and everything, it is hilarious. I replayed this years after playing it the first time, and still it's so good. It's one of the games I really wish I could just forget about and then replay it for the first time again because it's so good. I would love to replay it again. I just played it not too long ago, actually. You know, but I would still love to play it again. It's that good. Was that the Agatha Christie when you got in the car and didn't look up to grab the key to start and just sat there for a few moments expecting it to start on its own? Nope, it's not this one. That's another one. I have a clip for that. I think I know what you're talking about, but it's not this one. This is the classic one. As I like to call it, the classic, because it's this one and Murder on the Orient Express, not the remastered. This one came out in the early 2000s. It's an abandonware game a long time ago, but one of my favorites. Whenever I talk about detective mystery games, I always recommend Agatha Christie, with the exception of And Then There Were None. I hate that game, alright? It's not on my list, obviously. I don't play it, but it would be over here. And then there one would be Forever Behind Bars. Okay, that one sucked. I won't go into details. No spoilers for that one. But I don't like the storyline for that one. This one, though, I always recommend. I'm forever recommending this to people, like my favorite YouTubers or streamers who play it. I actually managed to get one of my favorite YouTubers, Vote for Holt, to play this game. Because I kept pestering them about Agatha Christie games that they did play. And it's so good. Poirot and Hastings are just hilarious in this game. I really like it. And I appreciate the fact that, you know, Poirot and Hastings has such a good relationship. Because if you think about, like, Nancy Drew, and you see how she deals with her friends, how she treats them. And then there's obviously Sherlock Holmes, who's pretty much an ass, as we all know. Doesn't treat, like, Watson all that well either. It's nice to have, like, a detective that doesn't treat the people around them like shit. I mean, yes, Poirot has his own quirks. Okay, he is definitely a really quirky person, but he's not terrible. He is quirky, but still, as you said, smooth. Like, he's a gentleman. The way he treats people around him is just, like, really nice. He can be, like, tough if he needs to be, like, if he's confronting a suspect and he needs them to talk about their, like, the serious stuff. He can do that, but he's still polite enough. He's not like an asshole. You know, like Nancy Drew or like Sherlock Holmes, you know, where they somehow always... Okay, for Sherlock Holmes, he's always an asshole. He doesn't pretend to be a good person. Okay, we know he's an ass. So, it's mainly like Nancy Drew, for example, where like he thinks she's a good person, but the way she comes off is like really rude and tactless. Poirot doesn't do that. Poirot is always a gentleman. Even when he's confronting like suspects and culprits, he's always like smooth. He's always like, he's tough but not rude, you know? Which I like, I appreciate. And then he treats Hastings so well. Hastings and Poirot's relationship is just so cute. It's the kind of friendship that you appreciate, you know, that you want. I like that vibe. But of course, for this game though, because there are games, you know, where Poirot doesn't have a good relationship with Hastings. I don't know if is it on the list or not. I don't think so, but yeah, one of the series, the Hercule Poirot series. I don't see it on here though, so whatever. Okay, I'll move on. I keep talking about this game. The tier video for this game is already going to be long enough as it is because I have so many games to get through. I don't even know if I have time for gaming tonight because of the amount of games I have. I'll try to get through all of them and then game a little bit, but we'll see. Okay, Foolish Mortals. Okay, up next, also a game that I just played not too long ago, and it's a bit tough for this one, actually. It's a bit tough for this one, but you know what? I'll put it A tier. I wanted to put it B tier, but you know, Foolish Mortals is fun. Yeah, it's like a fun ride, you know, near the end, but still fun. Yes, exactly how you said it. Like, it's fun. The whole art style, which I'll show off because they deserve it. They are an indie studio. Look at the art style. It's all hand-drawn, by the way. From what I know, it's all hand-drawn, painted. Look at this. I mean, look at the art style. I can never, right? Look at how good it looks. Right? and it's hand drawn, man. Okay, it's really good. It has a good mystery. It's cliche. I will say that it's cliche, and you know the dip near the end, that's the cliche part. Okay, which I don't like. I'm not a fan of, and I did become a bit salty at that part. If you would watch my VODs of my playthrough of the game, you would hear me ranting about it a little bit when that happens. But overall, the game's really good. I enjoyed, like, I would say 95% of the game. The 5% is that dip. But they got a good ending. A really sweet ending. And I'm all for good endings because life is a bitch. Life is tough enough as it is. I don't need a bad ending in my games, okay? I want a good, happy ending. I know, cliche. Especially with all the shit that happens. Especially when it comes to mystery games, you know? But I want a good ending. And they made it work. It made the ending work. There was that dip, but they brought it back, like the ending somehow. They managed to pull themselves up again. So it's not terrible. It's A tier. I would still recommend people to play this because it's good. And yes, hand-drawn artwork is amazing, you know. And yeah, satisfying. And you wish you can draw like that. I wish I can draw like that, but I cannot. And yes, it's a good homage to the classics. You do see where they get their inspiration from. And they don't go ham on it either. Unlike, say, you know, like Alex Hill, where they really go ham on the reference and the like Easter eggs, like really heavy, too heavy. Actually, if you know, which is something I didn't talk about. It's like it's too heavy reference to the Nancy Drew games. But this one, Foolish Mortals, it's subtle. Now there's some like parts of the game where there are Easter eggs supposedly that I didn't even pick up on. You know, it's you guys, the peanut gallery, that you pick up on the references and like the Easter eggs that are in the game, like the developers like kind of subtly put into the game, and you only know that reference if you've played the other games before. But even if you haven't played the other games, it doesn't affect your experience. It's not bad, it's not terrible, you know, which is nice. You don't have to know the other games to enjoy this game. But if you do, if you have played like so many classic point and clicks, you would see the references and then you would appreciate it. And again, hand-drawn. I need to emphasize on the hand-drawn because look at the amazing graphics. I swear, I am looking forward to them making a different game, and I would love to play that one. You know, it's hand-drawn, a classic, like modern day game, but it pays homage to the classic. It has that like retro vibe for a modern day game. Excited to play Foolish Mortals eventually. Hello and welcome to the stream. I'm ranking all the games I've played for the past 2 years, and this is a game I have played a while ago, last year actually, so not too long ago actually. I played it end of the year. It's good. I won't have any spoilers for you. It's good. Look at the art style. I know I repeat it so many times, but look at that art style. It's hand-drawn, okay? Hand-drawn. And overall, as much as there's like that dip near the end, the story overall is good. It's not terrible at all. Like, they pull it up at the ending part. You know, it's good. It's just, you have to experience it yourself. Okay, it's hard to put it in words, but you have to experience it yourself. Okay? Saw Nina play a tiny bit and no, Morticia loved it. Yes. Nina pretty much have good taste, and yeah, obviously Morticia, and now me. I will say it's beautiful, it's great. The storyline, there is like ups and downs, okay, but it's mainly up. There's like a dip near the end. There's a part where I don't like, but that's a personal preference thing. But overall, the game is really good. They have various characters, which I like. I always appreciate a game having a lot of characters, and each of them are distinct. They all have their own personality. You remember them. You're able to remember them, you know, because they have that distinct, unique thing to them. So they're not like just all in the background, you know. And there is so many areas to explore. Where is that map? Sorry. There are so many areas to explore, so many places to go to and see and investigate, and the entire experience is just fantastic. No, it's not S tier for me because like it's not like Agatha Christie Evil Under Sun level, you see. I mean, my S tier games are like pretty hard to get to. There are several up there, but this one is not there yet, but good. It's definitely an A. I definitely recommend people to play it. You know, it's just good. You just have to go and try it yourself. Though I won't even talk about most of the plot because I don't want to spoil it. Okay. You know, you need to go and play it. That's all. Up next, Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Father's 20th Anniversary Edition. You all know this is going into the S tier. Now, unlike Agatha Christie, Evil Under the Sun, this is not a game where I immediately played it and I'm like, I'm in love. This is a game that grew on me. As y'all know, or if you guys don't know, I'll talk about it. I had played this when I was younger. I hated Gabriel so much that I stopped playing. That was like many years ago when I was much younger. I gave this a chance again as an adult and end up falling in love with it. Now, Gabriel is a character, I will say, Gabriel Knight, he is a character that grows on you. You have to give him a chance. He's a creep. I will say that. He starts off as a creep. He's kind of a pervert when he first starts off. Not like a good person, so to speak. Not that he's like a terrible person or an evil person, but not all that good. But he grows on you. And you grow with him. You watch him grow as you play the game. Now, I know people say that the original is better. But the 20th Anniversary Edition is good. Now, I haven't played the original. I can't comment on that. But they include the artwork for the original in this version. I would say it's kind of like a remaster, so to speak. It upgrades the graphics to 3D. I have to show you guys this. Originating for the VAs, yes. The original voice actors for the original game, they're all like A tier list like actors and actresses at this point. They can never get them to voice a game together ever again because it would cost a lot of money. But because I didn't grow up with like the series, so I don't have that nostalgia factor for me. I just played this one and it's good. This is Gabriel. He doesn't look bad, but yes, like Herma said, he is kind of terrible when he starts off. He's not evil, okay? Not an evil person, but definitely not great. But he grows as the story grows. Okay, look at the art. Okay, him and Mosley, this is his friend, his best friend. They both start off as like kind of terrible. Not bad people, so to speak, but not great. They're kind of creepy. They're like creepy perverts. It doesn't sound nice, right? But they grow. They grow. I mean, you have to give the game a chance, okay? The storyline is amazing, okay? Because Jane Jansen, guys. Jane Jansen has amazing stories. She's a writer, okay? She has some amazing storyline for all of her games, like all her point and clicks, you know? And this is one of them. In terms of story, it's amazing. Okay, nothing bad about that I can't say about the storyline. It keeps you engrossed, okay? And really sucks you in, you know? Like, you just needed to know the ending of that story. Just get past how horrible Gabriel is in the beginning, but he grows on you. He becomes a better person, and it's sad, I would say, that they don't have like a sequel. They didn't make like a remaster for the second game. And the second Gabriel Knight game is FMV. And if you watch me, you know I can't play FMVs. I have this weird phobia thing, okay? Where I can't stand seeing real people and real places, like pictures and whatnot in game. That's a thing with me, okay? So I can never play Gabriel Knight 2. Just for that. So it's sad that they didn't remaster the second game. But I like that they made this one. And I like that I sat through it. And I didn't quit just because of how much creepy it is. You really got to... It's a game that grows on you, really grow on you, and it's definitely S tier. Again, great graphics. It came out like a while ago. It's like 11 years at this point, seeing the date here. Oh wait, 12 years at this point. No, so a while ago, but the graphics still look amazing, right? It doesn't look horrible at all. You know, it has a good story. Has Jane Jensen, obviously. Has a lot of characters that you can talk to, which again all have distinct personalities. They're all memorable, and it's just a great experience. You have to try it out for yourself. Which I recommend all of the Jane Jensen games, honestly. It's like S tier. I never thought that if you told me many years ago that I'll put Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Father's 20th anniversary in my S tier ranking for games, I would have not believed you, but it's worth it. Which up next, another Jane Jensen game, Grey Matter. This is the game that she made after she quit her original studio. And one of the last games that she made, actually. Or that could be Sins of the Fathers, I don't know. It came out around the same time anyways. And look at this. Now, you can see that it's a product of this time. So it does not have the most like high quality graphics. But for a game that came out a while ago, it still runs beautifully on modern day computers and still looks beautiful on modern day computers. Again, story-wise, nothing you can complain about. It's a Jane Jensen game. Okay, great storyline, great characters, great music. No, so I can't put more words into this because it's just amazing and you just have to experience it for yourself. And you play as her. She's a magician. So you start off as a magician that ends up at this castle working for a doctor who's kind of weird, quirky. Again, a bit of an asshole. There's this thing with Jane Jensen and her main character is like coming off as a bit of an asshole. But they grow on you. That's the thing with her games. Like the main characters like sometimes are kind of like quirky and a bit asshole-ish. Bit of a bitch maybe, but they grow on you. You just need to give them time. In terms of storyline, nothing you can complain about. If you like a good like story, Jane Jensen games are always good. Okay? Always up there. S tier. Hands down S tier. Okay, next. Detective Grimoire. This is the Swamp version. This is the second game technically. Yeah. Should I put it S tier or not? I did play it before and I played it again. I still enjoyed it. But it's not up there at that level yet. I'll put an A tier. How about that? A tier. Again, it's one of the... a little bit of a parody of the genre. Again, it's not a game that you have to take seriously. Which, I find that that's the thing with, like, the A-tier games. Like, it's, you know, like... or rather B tier, but it's not B tier. This is up there. This one though, it's again similar to these two. They're like cozy. It's a cozy mystery game. You don't have to take it too seriously, you know, but it's Detective Grimoire and has kind of like humor level there. And it's a classic. This game came out a while ago. It's an older game. The first game is not on the list, you know, because that's a Flash game. You can't really find it anymore, unless you have Flashpoint or something. And that one's too short for a stream. But the second game, you don't have to play the first game to know the second game, okay? So it's standalone. Unless, of course, it's reference to this girl. She does appear in the first game. They do talk about that in this one. But it's nice. And again, you don't have to take it too seriously. Good, cute graphics. It's not like really like high tier, I guess. It's like really cute, simple graphics. Not that I can draw like graphics like that. No. Puzzles are not too difficult. You have a lot of characters. Again, distinct personalities. You can remember all of them. No. And yeah, you there's like this part is a little bit similar, not exactly the same as like, you know, the Portal like gray cells thing, which I appreciate. Not a lot of games have this, but I like that this have this kind of little system. And all these characters and suspects you could talk to, and a lot of places you can explore. And again, it's classic. It's a retro game. I also recommend it for people who wants a good, just cozy, not too serious mystery game. You know, you don't have to burn any brain cells playing this. You know, you don't have to take it too seriously. It won't frustrate you too much, like a lot of the other games on my list. You know, this one is still alright. This one is cute. Party Boys, ooh. Party Boys: The Hidden Theft, A tier. This is the only point-and-click Party Boys game that is out there. Again, abandonware. Can't really buy the game anywhere anymore. You got to find it online. Graphics for the game that came out like so long ago, it still stands up. You know, it's a product of its time, but it still works. Not too difficult. Okay, the puzzles are not too frustrating. The storyline is alright. Okay, it's pretty good. No, it's not made by Her Interactive, but it's like if you like that genre, it's gotta be a game that you have to play once. Okay, it's nice. It's definitely nice. Now, this is a game that I have seen other people play. I know the storyline. I know exactly like what happens, but I played it anyways, which is rare. Not a lot of games have that, you know, because sometimes I like a good story, as I said. So if I know the story of a game and I still play the game, that's good. It's definitely A and above. Is it the one of the motorcycles? Yes. It's the one of the motorcycles. The one where you have to sneak down to try and trick the mom and get the motorcycles. You know, you play as the brothers and you switch. Yeah, it's that. Good storyline. Again, tons of characters you can talk to. All that are very distinct and unique. You get to explore various places. So you're not just stuck in this one location. And yes, very 2000 vibes. A good classic, like retro point and click. You know, it's a product of its time, but it lives up. Okay, it's not a time where it's like, oh, it's too old. No, it's good. It's a game you have to try at least once. If you like a good like point and click like mystery game, you like a good like Nancy Drew game, you will like this one. No, you will like this one. I would say in a way, as compared to a lot of the other Nancy games, it's not as flawed in terms of like storyline and the game mechanics. You know, it's a bit better. You know, so A tier, it's good. Ooh, Kathy Rain. I realized I got a lot of games that will rank on A tier, I think. Because Kathy Rain deserves an A. It's not, again, S tier. I'm pretty strict in terms of what games I can put up on S tier. But it's A tier. It's a game where I would recommend to other people to play. It's also Pixel, but it's not like the retro Pixel, which I appreciate. It's a modern day Pixel. So it's still like detailed, it's a cute art style. There are various places you can explore. I like that they have the you know, this scene. Whenever you travel somewhere, you just have her on a motorcycle and just click on the places you go to. I like this vibe. I like the vibe a lot. Puzzles are not too difficult in this game. And yeah, graphics, amazing graphics. It's Pixel, but it's like modern day Pixel. So it's not like, it's different from, say, Darkside Detective, which is very like early 2000 vibes. This is like a lot more modern than that. Again, tons of places you can go to, characters to talk to, good music, good storyline. And one thing I really appreciate, oh yeah, that clip, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I appreciate the fact that you don't have to play the first game to play the second game. Now, I know the story of the first game, because I've seen people play it, but I like that you don't really have to play it. You know, it's an individual, like, standalone story. And I think I remember them like showing like bits of the first game. In the beginning, you can choose to have a quick like recap of the first game, so you don't have to play the first one. So I like it. I like that you just can just go straight into the second game and play it as it is. It's bizarre. Again, it's bizarre. Has like in true Kathy Rain fashion, there's like weird shit going on in that game, but it's not terrible. You know, it's a bizarre but good. But you know, in terms of graphics and storyline, everything has to be an A. It deserves an A. It's a good mystery. I don't think they're ever gonna come up with Kathy Rain 3 though. But I will look forward to that if they ever come out with a Kathy Rain 3. Actually, they do make some good games. Up next, oh dear. Forever Behind Bars. Master Detective Archives Raincoat. It sucked. It sucked so bad. And for lack of a better way of saying this, is a true Japanese game. And it's sad that when I say that, I know some people will understand immediately what I mean. But it's definitely Japanese. It's humor, its entire style of game is just Japanese, and not in a good way, because there are Japanese games out there that are great. You know, I mean, look at Final Fantasy. They're Japanese made, they're amazing. I know, different genre, I know, but it's just a point where there are Japanese games out there that are amazing. This is not it. You know, I have been told that I would like the other game that the developers made better, like Danganronpa, I think that's what it's called. I can never really pronounce the title. But yeah. I expected a true mystery solving game. But that's not what this is. When I first started, for the first 2 hours, it does feel like it's a true, like, a mystery solving game. You know, with, like, superpowers. Because there are, like, people with superpowers and stuff involved. I thought, you know, it was a game where you would investigate, like, mystery, you know, murders with your, like, ghostly, like, partner. You know, so there are like superpowers involved. My idea of it is similar to like Cognition, for example, which is another game that's on the list. It's over here, where you play as a character with powers that helps you investigate the crime scene. And for the first 2 hours, that's exactly it. But then they went the really weird, bizarre route of mini games, just ham on the mini games. It's not even like mystery solving anymore at that point. It's just mini game after mini game after mini game, and then fighting crazy creepy monster shit, and the whole like the humor. It's very Japanese, and it's really sad to say that, but you guys get it. It's like the weird, the very amped up sexual, like, you know, because that ghost thing you see here, it's a lady, a female demon with a good figure, and they just went amp up on the whole sexual jokes thing, and the blood and the sound, and it's just, I don't like it. It could have been so much better, but it's just weird, and not in a good way. It's not like a bizarre but good. No, it's just terrible. It deserves to be forever behind bars. Okay, if you love a good mystery, you want a good mystery solving game, you know, a point and click, you know, maybe a bit of an RPG-ass thing, don't go buying this game. You're gonna be very disappointed. Okay, I won't recommend this game to anybody. Okay, you can give me $1 million to play this game ever again. It is horrible. It deserves to be forever behind bars, like fucking jailed for life. And I think this is the only game on my list that I would say forever behind bars. And I played a lot of games so far, but this one is the only one I'm like, fuck you, you're forever behind bars. Even for Black Mirror 3. Okay, I just finished playing Black Mirror 3. And y'all know, if you watch my playthrough, y'all know I'm not truly happy with that game and how things turned out. But even that game won't get an forever behind bars, okay? It's only this game. It's only this game. It's just horrendous. I'll stop here because I can go ranting about this game forever. I'll stop here. Ooh, Mobius. Another Jane Jansen game. Should it be in like S tier though? A tier. Oh yes, it is Jane Jansen. It's good, but compared to Gabriel Knight and Grey Matter, it's a bit little under that. I'll still recommend it. Like all the other A tier games on my list, I will recommend it. I'll recommend it to people who play it. Now again, in typical Jane Jansen fashion, the main character you play as is a fucking asshole. But it grows on you. You know, and then he meets like his like friend, the partner. And I also like the concept of it. The whole idea of the game is like you find parallels in history. Like there are similar people, kind of like a reincarnation kind of thing, you know? And you're the chosen one to do that. And there's like a bit of like a history involved in the game. You learn little facts about historical figures. And yeah, the entire premise is actually really nice. The story is pretty nice. As compared to Gabriel Knight and Grey Matter, not as good, but not bad at all. It's like in between, I think. Like, again, with a Jane Jansen game, you're never disappointed. Graphics amazing. Story good. Music and everything is good. It's just compared to the other two is not that great. Only because you have Gabriel Knight and Grey Matter. You know, like you have to play these two games, so it's I kind of rank it S tier because of that. You know, but it's an A definitely. I think I have a lot of A tier games. I just realized I'm gonna put a lot of games here. Mighty, again, cute, A tier. Like, I mean, just look at the art style. I gotta show you. Again, this is a game made by an indie developer. From what I know, two people, a couple. So a couple, like a husband and wife, made this. Okay, and again, hand drawn, cute art, good story, good puzzles, good music. The only one thing that I would minus points for, which is not a huge thing, it's not like a serious thing. It's that it's not voiced over at all. It's just purely like no voiceover. So when I play this, I gotta read a lot. It's the only complaint I have. It would have been amazing if there's like voiceovers, but there isn't. So when I play this game, I gotta talk a lot. So I can't play it when you're like a bit sick, you have a sore throat or cough and stuff, because you gotta read everything. You know, but other than that, the storyline, the characters, they're all cute and amazing, and they're all memorable. And also you have these side characters, they still look really cute. You can't really interact with them, but they're just like standing around, so it feels lively, like it's not like dead, you know? And even the characters that you meet like for a moment, they're still memorable and still cute, and you don't forget about them. And to think that this is a game that's made by just 2 people, it's great. It's just great. This one's the first one, I think. No, this is Rising Tide. This is Rising Tide. This is the second game. That one's the first game. But this is just to show you how it looks. I can show you guys the second game too. I should show you guys the second game. This is the second game. It's still cute, it's still amazing, and the puzzles are not too difficult. Okay, this one's a bit tiresome because you have to travel up and down, but it's not too difficult. You know, it's not like too frustrating. You know, you can still solve it. You know, and it's nice. I like it. I like it. I really like it a lot. It's also a game that I'll recommend to people. I'm kind of strict in terms of what games I put on S tier, but I am very tempted. But I won't. But it's A though. It's a good A. It's a good solid A tier that it deserves to be on A tier. Yes, ended at cliffhanger, sadly. Like both games. Which there's another 90 game here. You know what? I'll just rank that too. Hold on. A tier. Both 90 games A tier. Both of them have good storyline, good characters, good graphics, really cute graphics, good music, but both ends up in a cliffhanger because the story is not done yet. So the game is not like a standalone game where you can just play one and not play another one. No. You got to play the first game and then play the second game because it's linked. The whole premise of the story is like you're trying to get back to your parents. You're trying to find your parents because the game starts off, the first game starts off with your parents being taken. And in order to save you, you are sent away. But you're going back to try and save them. I won't go into any more details about it because I don't want to really spoil anyone who hasn't played it and want to try it for themselves, but it's good. And cute. And 2 people made this. And yeah, maybe a third game is out in the future. It will take a while, I think. I feel like they would make a third game, but it will take a while because, again, they're just made by 2 people, a couple. So I think it was the wife that draws everything and the husband that programs everything. I could be wrong though. They do talk about it on Reddit. They have like a Reddit account where people post questions and stuff. I do remember seeing it, but I might be remembering incorrectly or misremembering. But you can look it up. But I know it's like just 2 people, so it's just a really indie studio. So it will take a while because everything's hand drawn. All these graphics that you see, hand drawn. Okay, they're drawn by the couple, so it's cute art style, hand drawn, amazing game made by 2 people, great storyline. No, the second game, I did complain about it because they did the little Avatar thing, the Avatar Last Airbender thing. People who know what I'm talking about know what I'm talking about. Okay, that's it with the storyline spoiler thing, if that even is a spoiler, because you have to know what I'm talking about to know what I'm talking about. It's good though. Overall, I still enjoy the game. I will play the third game if it comes out for sure. And up next, oh my god, Paper Bride. Paper Bride. Oh, what do I say about Paper Bride? Horror games. I don't play a lot of horror games, as you all know. But nah, not S tier. Come on. S tier? Nah. Nope. Highest I can give is an A tier. But the first game, like Paper Bride 1. Paper Bride 1, up until this point, I will say, is still one of the best in the series. But you know what? You know what? Now that I think about it, yes. Paper Bride, the first game only, deserves an S. Because I realized I really like the storyline. I like the characters and how they handled it. So, a bit spoiler here. I know most of you won't play it, obviously, because you have to be really like Chinese to play it, because a lot of the puzzles might be Chinese referencing, which if you're not Chinese, you don't know the characters and stuff, it's gonna be really tough for you. So, Paper Bride 1. S tier for sure. And one of the reasons why I put it in S tier when I think about it is because the way they handled the spirits. Now, the entire premise of this game, because it's a horror game, obviously it's going to be scary elements. There are going to be ghosts, you know, in the game. And I like how there are good and evil ghosts in the game. Because unlike a lot of the other games that we've played in terms of horror series, where the ghosts are always evil, they're always trying to kill you, haunt you, do horrible things, in this game you have ghosts that are good, they're nice. And at the ending of the Paper Bride 1, the ghost that you had helped in the beginning of the game where you're playing comes to help you again at the end. Because the entire premise of the game, you're playing as a girl who has a twin sister. And she finds out about that later on, and the twin sister is evil. Obviously trying to kill you and hurt you and take over you and whatnot. And as you're playing, obviously, you also play as like the dude, actually, because you're actually playing as the dude who is engaged to the sister. But yeah, so you're trying to get your fiance back. And along the way, you help. One example, this guy, not lady, this guy. He passed away. No, he passed away. And he, in the beginning, you know, is like trying to hinder you, trying to, is unhappy, you know, trying to get in your way, but then you help him out. You get him a wife. Okay, you gave him like this, like Paper Bride, so to speak, like a wife. You sacrifice her, the wife to him. The horse. Did something happen to my... Oh. Bit of a connection issue, maybe. A little bit there. Hopefully nothing too bad. But yeah, like this guy. So you help him out. You get him what he wants. At the very end of the game, they come to help you again. Yeah, and there's the boy and girl ghosts that are helping you too. You also meet like other ghosts that you help out while you're playing. You know, initially they're just hindering you, like pestering you a bit, but you helped them out. You gave them what they want, and at the very end of the game, when you're trying to fight the big bad, they come back to help you. So there's like good ghosts and bad ghosts. So it's not like just pure evil. I want to all hurt you. No, it's like there is like very human thing about this. Like, yeah, they're ghosts, but like it's a human thing where it's like, you help me out, I help you out. And I like that. And it's, from what I remember, the only game that does that in the entire series. Like the only game where you had like the good spirits helping you out. They are not the main characters, by the way. It's just actual like spirits. which is nice. And it's rare for a horror series. Yeah, the rest of the series are just adding more puzzles, adding more like complicated story, but the first one is the classic. And it's very human, the way they treated the characters. It's not just like, oh, just to scare you, all evil, all trying to kill you. No, it's a human story. I mean, yes, they're ghosts, but they were once human, and they really just want to, you help me out, I help you out. It's very good. It's a really nice plot, and yes, there's a good plot twist. Very interesting. Puzzles are not too difficult. Good storyline, really creepy. Okay, really creepy. The music and everything creepy. Dark. But it deserves that S. Now that I think about it, it deserves to be an S tier. It is good. If you know Chinese, because really, the one thing that I feel like would be take off some points for other people is that it's very Chinese based, because it's really it's made by a Chinese studio, and the entire like plot, the whole Paper Bride thing, it comes from Chinese cultures, and a lot of the puzzles are really like Chinese based. You gotta know Chinese sometimes to sort of know how to solve the puzzles, even though they released the game in English, which obviously you can try to play it for yourself too, but it isn't. It's difficult. It's difficult, but if you don't mind the difficulty, you like Asian culture, like horror stories and stuff, a good scary point and click, I would recommend playing the first one. The first one is very good. Let me look up the second one. I gotta look up the second one. What's the second one story about? It's been a while since I played it. Oh yeah, Zhongling Village. Oh, I remember this one. Now that I look at it, I remember this one. I remember this one a little bit. Yeah. You know what? The second one is not bad. The second one's not bad, but is it an S? I don't think so. It's an A. It's definitely an A tier game. It's not as good as the first one. Again, like I said, I put the first one in S tier because of that twist. Because of that whole the ghost helping you out thing, which is, again, I said, rare in scary games in general. So I like that. I like that kind of like vibe and that surprise, because I didn't expect it. When I first played, I played it on my mobile. Because if you have an Android phone, you can't play the game for free. You can't, like, of course, if you need hints for the free version game, you gotta watch ads, but you can't play the game for free. And when I first played it, I remember being so amazed and shocked about the whole ghost helping you out thing, that twist at the end. That's nice. I really liked it. I was really touched when the ghost came helping me out, trying to fend off the evil spirits and stuff. I liked that. I was like, oh my god, thank you so much, because I was terrified when I was playing. Because when I first played, I was playing alone, mind you. And I don't really play scary games, but I played this because people said how good it was, and I don't regret that. The second game, it's about love story. The girl, I think, is a reincarnation of the Paper Bride from many years ago. It's the love story of the general. You know how the general being, like, I think, sacrificed, having his head chopped off? I think that's the second one. Yeah. And so the reincarnation of the Paper Bride, she came back to the village, and she was born there, I think. So she was born there, and then also have a reincarnation of, like, a past life. The storyline overall for the second one, not terrible. Again, puzzles are not too difficult for the second one. The puzzles aren't too bad in the second one yet. Okay, it's not bad. It's not bad. This one has a continuation. So that's why it's an A. I like that they addressed the storyline in the later game too. So it's not horrible. It's not horrible. A tier is good for that one. Third game, yeah, like as you said, after the first one they kind of blend together, so I don't remember exactly. What's the third game again? Oh no, I remember now. The third game, the girl that complained a lot. We play as a girl that complained a lot, and then she became a spirit, and we play as the guy trying to get her back. I think that was the third game, right? That was the third game. It's not the fourth one, I think. The fourth one is a different one. Yeah, the fourth one is a different one. Yeah, the third one is the one with a bit of an annoying lady. Again, not terrible though. But that one, because of the lady, I'll put Bizarre good. The main character that you play as, the lady, she complains a lot. She's a whiny ass bitch. I mean, she grows on you. I'll say that, she grows on you. And I like the fact that despite the ending, because, okay, a bit of a spoiler here, okay, for those of you who are watching. Bit of a spoiler here. One that looks for a person start running away. Yeah, a bit of a annoying bitch. Kind of stupid. But the ending is kind of bittersweet. And also another reason why I put it in B tier is that we don't have a good ending for this game. As compared to the first two games, where especially the first game where the main character don't really appear. Like the story is not connected to the rest of the series, you know, as much. Like even for the second game, you have a sequel to this one, a direct sequel. I think that was Paper Bright 5. But no, both of these have like kind of a good ending where the main character kind of defeats the evil spirit. You know, so they can kind of have a peaceful life a little bit, but not really, especially for the second one, since again there's a sequel. The third one though ends on a bittersweet note because the girl, as I said, she starts off annoying, but in order to save the love of her life, sacrifice herself so that the spirit cannot come back to the living world. So her body ends up being in a coma, and her spirit is just still there in the spirit world, lingering. And so the guy and the girl is separated. One is in the living world, one is in the world of dead, and it's sad. It ends on a sadder note. And as you all know, I'm not a huge fan of sad endings, and that one is kind of bittersweet. It's not like a terrible ending, but until now, they still haven't addressed her story yet. We see her in every game after this. The ending credit scene, you see them appear at the very end, but they haven't addressed her story in game yet, so she hasn't come back yet, and it's one thing that just bugs me to this day. Now, I have not played Paper Bright 7, so I don't know if their story is addressed in that game or not, because it's been said that in Paper Bright 7, a lot of the characters that appeared in previous games will come back. And they're not just appearing at the end credit scene, you do get to play as them. So I'm not sure if her story is addressed in that game or not, because I haven't played it yet. I will play it eventually, this year, Halloween, obviously. But so far, the only one that kind of has a bittersweet ending, which I'm still sad about. I was still sad about, I think. Paper Bright 4. A unique storyline, one that has different characters as compared to the previous ones. Not too much connected to the original storyline, the original bad guy, I think. Obviously, the original bad guy do appear. She does all the time, but not the worst. You know, it's kind of like an individual story, like a standalone Paper Bright 4. Not terrible, actually, not terrible. I would say it can be A tier because it's like both characters. You play as a guy and girl. Sorry, drinking water. You play as a guy and a girl. And like again, the storyline is a unique one. It's a standalone. They kind of just end up at this like haunted village kind of thing. And they work through their differences. So it's a couple that broke up and got back together, and this one has a good ending. It's one of the ones where it has a serious good ending, but they decide to continue investigating into the whole like ghost thing to begin with because they encountered it and stuff. I mean, there are more details to that, but I remember I don't hate that game as much. That game is fine. Paper Bright 5, the sequel to Paper Bright 2. So the main character of the game, you play as the guy who is the reincarnation of the general that appeared in Paper Bright 2. The general being the past love of the main girl in Paper Bright 2. It is not my favorite, so it's gonna be in B. And the only one reason for that is because of the best friend. I don't know why the developers created that character. Because they could have just stuck to the girl and the guy. But they had to create the best friend character who is third wheeling pretty much the entirety of the game. And she is an annoying fucking bitch that got on my nerves for the majority of the game. Like, I wanted her to shut the fuck up, okay? She is so fucking annoying. I want to punch her across the face, and that's why it's in B. Because to be honest, that character adds nothing to the story. And this is one thing I don't like about games, is when a character doesn't add anything to the story. And that's what that best friend character was. She doesn't add anything to the storyline, which really, you can remove her entirely from the game itself and it won't change the storyline at all. It won't make a difference. The story would still be the same. It's just without her. So I don't know why they included her. She's just an annoying bitch. Brought down a lot of points just for being there. Okay? But with the exception of that best friend character, I like that the story is a continuation of Paper Bright 2. And that we now get to see the guy who is the reincarnation of the general. Because we saw the reincarnation of the lady. Right? So we get to see the guy's side. He obviously is different from his like general character. But I like him. This one is another one that ends on a cliffhanger. Not bittersweet for the most part. A little bit bittersweet because the guy does end up in the spirit world. Because he tried to save the two girls. And so the main girl obviously goes on the adventure to try and get him back. You know, so he ends up becoming like his general character again, donning his like the opera outfit, the general outfit in the spirit world, and encounters the couple from Paper Bright 3. No, the doctor guy is Paper Bright 6. This one is Paper Bright 5. This one is the same characters as like Paper Bright 2. You know Paper Bright 2 where it's the reincarnation of the Paper Bride? That lady? Yeah. And the Paper Bright 5 is about the reincarnation of Paper Bright, the general. The guy that the Paper Bright was in love with. Which, we kind of saw at the ending, because at the end of Paper Bright 2, they have the end credit scene where the guy was singing the opera song. Yeah, the guy that sang like the opera song at the end. He appears again in Paper Bright 5. He's the main character you play as. You do switch between him and the main girl though, whose name I don't remember. There are too many characters in the Paper Bright series for me to remember all their names, but the main guy in the Paper Bright 5 is the reincarnation of the general, hence why he knew the song. But the ending kind of is a little bit bittersweet because in order to save the two girls, he ends up being in the spirit world, and he has like his like general outfit on again, so it kind of like I think in a way merged with his past self. Because in the end credit scene of Paper Bright 5, we see Morley. I think it's her name, Morley, the evil girl, the main evil spirit of the entire Paper Bright series, the evil like witch bitch who doesn't want to die and rest in peace. No, she is fighting the couple in Paper Bright 3. Because remember, Paper Bright 3, the character, the girl, she's still a spirit. And the guy obviously is still communicating with her spiritually, like, you know, he's human, obviously. You know, he's in the living world while the girl is stuck in the spirit world. So they end up fighting the main evil bitch, and he ends up appearing to help them. That's the end credit scene for Paper Bright 5. And then for Paper Bright 6, which fuck you, Paper Bright 6. Average. I'll put you in average because D tier, I hate you. Stupid maze puzzle. I don't like the two main characters, I gotta be honest here, because I feel like it's a bit disconnected from the previous games. Because here's the thing, in Paper Bright, they did talk about the hospital. The supposed hospital appeared in the previous games. Like at the end cutscene of like the ending of like, I forgot which game. I think it was Paper Bright 3 or 2. Maybe Paper Bright 3 where the doctor still works as the doctor. You know, the hospital is still running, everything is going on fine. This, you know, but then in Paper Bright 6, suddenly out of nowhere, hospital is completely run down. It's completely closed down, it's destroyed. Apparently it's been closed down for years. And the lady, the girl that you play as her, was a patient there, and then the doctor who we saw in the previous game, he was an actual doctor. He was like completely fine. He was like they made him look so suspicious in the previous games, in the cutscene, like he was talking to an evil person or something. I thought he was like one of the evil guys, but no. He ends up being a patient himself in the hospital. Because suddenly he went nuts. So he ended up being a doctor who became a patient at the hospital. And then somehow the hospital closed down. And then they end up going into the spirit world. And the guy had to stay in the spirit world, you know, because he saved the girl. And there's a freaking stupid ass like maze puzzle that almost drove me nuts. And for a 2D game, that freaking maze puzzle caused me motion sickness. The amount of times I had to switch between the two of them and the way that worked caused me motion sickness. It's the worst game in the Paper Bright series. The one that I don't recommend you play. It's terrible, man. It's horrible. Like fuck you, horrible. And see, and the thing is, this girl ends up having like powers that could see the dead. She has third eye or something. Like she ends up being like, I don't know, they try to make her special. She comes off just this really arrogant bitch. I just don't like her. She's even more annoying than the girl in the Paper Bright 3. And she's a whiny ass bitch. But the girl in Paper Bright 6, I don't like her at all. She's just like annoying. Just, you know? For her, she grows. She becomes a better person. Her, she's just like fucking... I don't like her. I just don't. I don't see any kind of growth or anything. It's just weird. The whole story just feels disjointed, you know? Just, you know, and then because they make her seem like, oh, you have a third eye, and the end credit scene is like, oh, she can see the girl in Paper Bright 3 who's still a spirit. Everyone else can see them, which is so odd, the idea of that, because they can see all the other spirits. They can see all the other ghosts that appears, but somehow they just can't see the ghost in Paper Bright 3. Like the girl that became a ghost. Like, I don't know why. I don't know, they just wanted to make her special. Alright, Because, oh, I'm the only one that can see you, huh? Why? They could see all the other ghosts that appear in all the rest of the games. Why are you special? Why are you the only one that can see the girl in Paper Right 3? It's so weird. It's just, I don't like it. I don't. It's just horrible, okay? Horrible. Enough said. Not as bad as the other two, but definitely not one that I would recommend. Like, fuck you in the face. Here, Penelope Pendrick. Ooh. B or C? It's better than Alex Hill, so I'll give it B. Okay, about Penelope Pendrick, I'll say this. Graphics, amazing. It's pretty good. For a game that's made, again, I think by one person. Yeah, it's B+. It's B+. The graphics look good. It's a game that was 10 years in the making, made by one person. Great graphics. Music is alright. I don't like how, you know, the music cuts off. Yes, there's one game-breaking bug. There is. But it's not as bad as Alex Hill, and because Alex Hill is here in C, I can't rank it lower. Unless I move this down. Unless I move this down to which, you know what, yeah. You know what? Here you go. Here you go. I'll change it a little bit. It's Alex Hill D, okay? D tier. C for Penelope Pendrick, because one, I appreciate the effort of one person making a game 10 years in the making. It looks gorgeous, okay? Really. There are quite a number of places you can explore, quite a number of characters you can talk to, and they all are really distinct, have great personality. But you reminded me, Irma, that there is a game-breaking bug, and the only fix that they had for it is to go back to an earlier save. For me, I'm lucky is that I got a save pretty much early on, because the game-breaking bug occurred to me at the start of, I think, chapter 5. So I just had to reload chapter 5. And that kind of solved the issue. But I don't like how that bug is still there. Now, again, I'm talking about when I played this game. I don't know if they fixed the game or not, because they kept going back to fix the bugs and stuff. So they could have fixed the bug at this point. You know, I don't know. Maybe they had an update for the game. But I finished the game, so I'm only talking about my experience when I was playing. The game-breaking bug, very annoying. It's kind of similar to Cabernet, except it only happened once. So that's the one good thing about it, is that it doesn't occur multiple times. It's just one time for me. So it wasn't too terrible. Another issue, like what the Hermit Gamer said, puzzles in sometimes of what you have to do next are kind of intuitive, and the trigger for the next step of what you're supposed to do, because there are multiple times in the game where I get stuck because I pretty much finished everything I can do at that point. I finished everything that's on my list. I checked off everything. Yet, there's nothing else I can do, and the game is just stuck there. The trigger to the next step is very, like, how do I put this? Strict? Like, it's hard to trigger that next step. You know? It's very non-linear. Or rather, very linear? I don't know. But it's really hard to trigger that next step. It's like very, you need to have that one specific thing to trigger the next step. So there are multiple times in the game where you can end up with your to-do list completely done, everything checked off, nothing else Penelope can do, and the game is just stuck there. And you just gotta go to sleep or go back into the room to try and do something that could trigger the next step. And it's a really small thing. Sometimes it's just very annoying. And yes, again, time mechanic. There is a time puzzle in the game. because you have to get rid of the rust thing, and it's not intuitive at all. Because it's not... the time thing is wrong. Because if you look at the clock and you're following the clock, and you think, okay, I'm following the clock, right? It's right? The game should take it as I'm doing it right. No. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. It's not correct. The time, the clock thing, not correct. So my only solution, which I also mentioned this to other people who were playing the game and they got stuck, you have to count the specific number of seconds in order for the game to get it right, to think that, oh yeah, you solved the puzzle. And there's no way to skip the puzzle too. The only good thing about that puzzle is that when you complete it one step, the game kind of saves, so you don't have to redo the entire puzzle from the very beginning. You only have to redo it from the part where you left off, the part where you got wrong. So that's nice. Okay, that's one thing that they got right, is that you don't have to redo the entire thing. It's just that one step. But it still sucked. And then the sleeping thing. Because Penelope, I don't know why and what the fuck's wrong with her. She always goes to sleep at like 5 p.m. It's like it's still bright out. It's bright as shit. The sky's not even dark yet. And she's like, I gotta go to sleep. It's too late. I can't do anything else. I just gotta go to bed. It's not even 6 p.m. yet. Now I have to go to bed. I can't snoop at night. Why do you need a clock mechanic? I mean, you can't do anything at night. It's kind of bullshit. Why do you have the alarm system and shit when you don't really need it, actually? That's the problem that I mentioned with like Alex Ho that happens with Penelope Pendray. You take too much of an inspiration from Nancy Drew that you took all the flaws of a Nancy Drew game into your game as well. So all the annoying parts from a Nancy Drew game, you have it in your game too. You know, which it sucks when you're making your own game already and you know all the complaints that you have from other games, especially if this is supposed to be a game inspired by Nancy Drew. Why do you include the flaws into your game? Especially if you're like a fan of the Nancy Drew games, you can improve on the flaws, change it. But no, it's just in your game and it's kind of annoying. And so as much as I enjoyed the game, it's C tier. It's just C tier. I can't give it a higher rank. It's not good. The game breaking bugs are just awful. Okay, moving on. I got so many other games. I don't know if I have time to stream myself gaming today because I might spend the entire stream just ranking my games. Oh boy. A lot of games I've played throughout the years. Okay, 2 years. Anyways, moving on. Night of the Rabbit. S tier, hands down. No matter how many times I play the game, the Night of the Rabbit is great. You make it sound like we're not enjoying you yap. I know you guys enjoy me yap. I know you guys don't mind watching me like just chat. But I thought I could game a little bit. I thought I would talk for about like an hour or so, but nope. I have like almost 2 hours. I'm not done yet. I'm gonna be 4 hours and just talking about all the games I'm playing. But it's okay. It's okay. It is a bit earlier than I intended for that stream, which is fine. You know what? Let's talk about Paper Bright. Not Paper Bright. I'm done with that game. Night of the Rabbit. I gotta show you guys Night of the Rabbit. I have to. It's good. Night of the Rabbit. I got my game on GOG, so you guys can't see it here, but Night of the Rabbit. Look at the art style. They're made by Daedalic Entertainment, and y'all know Daedalic Entertainment makes some really good point-and-click adventure games with great story. This is one of them. It has great, cute art style. Like, I really like the art style for the Night of the Rabbit. The story is amazing. You play as this boy who travels to this magical dimension because he's chosen as a magician. So you see 2 different worlds. Okay? So you get the skills, you learn spells, and you get to just explore this, like, all these stuff. And yes, you shrink down. So the other world, is just like a tiny world, you know. So you see these birds and shoes and stuff that look huge compared to a human. Yeah, it's because it's a different world, you know. And all these things, like, I mean, look, all these art, the art style, the storyline, it's just great. And the plot twist, okay, they have a plot twist in the game, and it's amazing. I liked it. I liked it so much. This game is a game where it's a classic. It's one of the games where, like, no matter how many times you go back to play it, it's good. It's really enjoyable. You know, it's just, I still like it after playing it again for years. It's still amazing. The art is cute. Storyline is nice. A lot of characters to talk to and memorable again. Which I know, I repeat a lot of that, but it's an important thing for me to have memorable characters and not just blend in the background. So a lot of them memorable. You have amazing music. And a great story and a great plot twist. You know, it's just good. It's just good. You know, it's a great game. Made by Daedalus Entertainment. It's just, I really enjoyed it. I really did. Okay, so S tier, hands down, S tier, all right? You just have to play it. You have to play it. You have to experience it for yourself at least once. You will love it for sure. If you're into point-and-click adventure games, you're into story, you gotta play it. Ooh, Secret Files, Secret Files. I'll rank the first one first. How about that? Secret Files 1. Let me wait for a bit because you're watching live, ads are playing. I'm just gonna take a break a little bit. Let the ads roll a couple seconds away. Alright, ads are done. Okay. Secret Files. I really like this series, Secret Files. I really did. Secret Files. Secret Files. Let me look up the pictures, because sometimes I don't know why I have to look at the pictures to remember them. Secret Files Tunguska. We play as Nina, who's... was it father or uncle? Father, I think, disappeared. And we go everywhere trying to look for him. And we play both as Nina for the majority of the part and the guy. The boyfriend, I would say. Secret Files VA made me question my suspension of disbelief. Yeah, the VA of the first game is not one that is very memorable. Like, when I think of Secret Files, the voice from the second game comes up instead. And that's something that was acknowledged, I think, while I was playing, is that I was like, wait, this girl sounds a bit different, because in my head, her VA is the one from the second and third game, not the one from the first game. But I like the game. Apart from the voice actress for the first game, I like the storyline. I like the puzzles. That's not too difficult. And I will say this, I am a bit biased to this series because I played it when I was younger and I really liked it. Replayed it again as an adult and still really liked it. So I have to put this in S tier. Like, just the entirety of the series, it just gotta go there. Okay. Because it's crazy bizarre, but it's good bizarre. Okay? Because the entire series, you start off with, like, what, disappearing dad. Then your dad comes back. And then in the second game, there's a cult. Right? There's this, like, crazy cult alien being, you know, and then, yeah, and then the third game where it's your boyfriend or your fiance that goes missing. And then there's that cult again, you know, like the crazy alien beings that appeared in the first game, the mysterious guys, and they just show up again, and you think they're evil, but they're not. It just goes everywhere. Okay, the entirety of the plot just goes everywhere, and I love it. Like, somehow, despite the fact that the plot went everywhere, they made it work somehow. I don't know why. It just worked, and we all really enjoyed it while I was playing the game. It just worked. It was just fantastic. No, it's just, I don't know, man. They just made it work. Now, Animation Art makes some really good games, honestly. The Sam Peters. That's a spin-off Sam Peters. Okay, Sam Peters would be an A instead of S because Sam Peters is a spin-off about a character named Sam Peters who appeared in, I think, Secret Files 2. And the spin-off game is kind of short. Actually, kind of short. So not long enough to be an S tier, but I still enjoy it really much. Alright, as much as I love to stay and see the rest of the tier list, I'm gonna have to head off for the night given the time. I'll watch the VOD back tomorrow. Alright, have a good night's sleep. I enjoy watching, I enjoy you being here. And also, thank you so much for the suggestion, because remember, Ghostly Ozzy is the one that made the suggestion to do a tier list. So all this is her idea, you know? So she came up with the great idea of me doing this. So thank you so much for the suggestion. And have a good night rest. And again, yeah, the VODs would be up, so you don't have to worry about missing anything. I'll see you soon, I think. Because I don't know if I can stream tomorrow, though. That's the thing. Since I gotta go to my relative's house tomorrow for New Year's. It's in the evening, but because I want to stream like a game for my Twitch affiliate anniversary, I want to stream it for like longer than just like 2 hours. So I might do it next week. So there might not be a stream tomorrow. Anyway, back to Secret Files. I'll talk about that later. Yeah, Secret Files. Secret Files, the entire series, is just pretty much overall bizarre. It's crazy. It goes everywhere, but yet it works. It's not horrible, you know. Like some games where you have plots that go everywhere, it just doesn't work out. It just feels disjointed. But not this one. This one works somehow, you know. And for a game that came out so long ago, it came out early 2000s, guys. So it's not like a modern game, but yeah, when you play it, modern day, it holds up. The graphics, the music, the storyline, it all holds up. It doesn't look bad, you know? And yeah, it went worldwide. The game, you definitely travel everywhere, you know? So there is a ton of places to see, a ton of places to explore. You know, you're not just stuck in one location. It just goes everywhere. Literally, in terms of like the places you go to in game and the storyline, but yet somehow it all just works. It just blends together really well in a good way. So it's just S tier for me. I know some of you would be like B tier movie, you know. I think it was Hermo who said that, B plus, but I gotta put it S. I'm biased in this case. I have to put it S. I got to. All right. Tangle Tower next. Tangle Tower is really good, which I'll show you guys the art style. Just so you guys know what I'm talking about. Ooh, and there's a sale now, 80% sale. If you guys want to get a Tangle Tower, now's the time. But here, the art style is a bit different from the second game. No, they're made by the same company, I think. Was it made by the same company? They're made by the same company. I don't know why they decided to make the change for the art style. So it goes a bit different. It looks a bit different, but the mechanics overall is the same. You know? You are stuck in one place called Tangle Tower, but there are many rooms that you can explore. So it doesn't feel too trapped. You know? And there's, again, lots of characters you can talk to. Great storyline, bizarre but good. Great music, and you still have the whole like kind of like the brain cell thing, where you kind of have to like figure out like the kind of like what's going on with the mystery. And yeah, as you said, it is A tier. It's not S tier worthy yet, but it's A plus. It's definitely A plus. It's not like a classic, but it's there. It's like one of the games where you're like, if you like a good mystery, but you don't want something too serious, too like dark, and you want just something cozy to enjoy yourself with, but still have a good storyline with interesting, unique characters and a lot of places for you to enjoy, a lot of clues for you to find. Tangled Tower is a good option for you to play. And they're coming out with a sequel, Mermaid Mask, which will come out, I think, this year in the summer or something. They have the demo out already, but I didn't play it because I'm trying to avoid any like spoilers or anything. So even the demo, I'm just like avoiding. You know, so they do have a demo out for those who want to play it before the actual release date. But I'm just gonna go in fresh, so I'm not gonna do anything I'm not gonna play the demo, but there is a demo coming out this year, and it's a sequel to Tangled Tower, you know, same mechanics and all, so looking forward to that one. But yeah, Tangled Tower is A plus. If you like a good point and click, you gotta try that one. Next up is the True Fear series. The first True Fear game, I will say I did enjoy. So I'm gonna give it a B, because I thought it was a good like scary game. Of course, I played this after I played Paper Bride, so not as scary as I thought it would be, because Paper Bride is really there with the scares and stuff. So I wasn't scared a lot of times for True Fear. You know, but it's nice. It's not bad. It started off really good. The whole premise of the game started off really good. Like True Fear 1 and 2 is fine. I think True Fear 1 and 2 is pretty much fine. I think it's a B. It's not terrible. It's not terrible. And I like the mechanics of the game. It is point and click for both of them, but they have like a hidden object mechanics. No, they don't have any hidden object puzzles or challenges in the game, but they have like the hidden object mechanics where there is like a hint system, there's the skip button, and I really appreciated that because that is not common for point and click adventure games. And for me, someone who's not that good at puzzles, I appreciate that they have that mechanic. And after I finished with this game, I remember, and I started off with the next game, which I forgot what game that was, but I remember I missed the skip button. I missed the hit button. I missed the map system because again, they had like the hidden object like UI as compared to a lot of the other point and clicks. So they started off good. Like the story, obviously, it's about you play as this girl who has a sister, a twin sister, I think, who got hurt and went missing, and we ended up finding her dead body, so she died. And as we investigate, it seems to be like some kind of scary, like supernatural, like apparently there's like a third like sister, but the third sister might be demonic because a ritual was cast in order to get the mother pregnant, and then something went wrong, and then the third sister existed. But then the third game happened. So initially for the first two games, they made it like very supernatural like, and I liked it. Then the third game happened, and definitely average because they went the stupid route of making it's all in your head. Yeah, they went down that route. They went the route like, oh, it's on your head. You were mentally sick. All that sisters, all that stuff, all in your head. You have split personality. You got like dissociative identity disorder thing, or you're schizophrenic, whatever. You know, it's just in your head. none of that really happened. So the whole like first 2 games where your mother, like her last recording for you was like, don't go to this hospital, like a Salem area, because like she's there, she's dangerous, she's locked up there, supernatural ghost shit. No, it's just all in your head. They went down that route, and I hated it a lot. I hated it so much. But it's not so bad that I want to put it forever behind bars. And it's not as bad as these 2 because I did finish this game. So it's definitely average. Yeah, the secret twin type of plot twist. I thought that was the case, you know, I thought that was the plot twist of, oh, secret twin sister, there's a triplet, there's demonic, it's, you know, I thought it was that kind of plot, which a little bit cliche, I know, is not the most like rare plot out there. I mean, a lot of like stories have done that, but I don't mind it. I would want it that. I wanted it to go down the supernatural route, but no, they went down the, oh, you're sick in the head. It's all in your head. Mental health issue. Fuck you, game. Fuck you. And the worst part is I remember in the game files, they talked about how they wanted to make it initially like kind of like a supernatural route. They had a different idea of the game initially. So the storyline was supposed to go down a different route, but they ended up choosing to go down the route of, oh, it's all in your head. You're just sick. That whole like creepy, dark, demonic sister is just your mind, your dark self, your mental health issue, demonic trauma bullshit. Like, really? Really? I was so disappointed. I was so disappointed. I hated it so much. I really did. I hated it so much. So yeah, it's definitely average. I wish I could put it lower, but I have these games that are lower and that this one is not as bad. I did finish it. That's one thing. I did finish it. Alright, moving on. Because I still got so many games to get to. The Raven Remastered. The Raven Remastered. Happy Flint anniversary. Thank you, Guba. Not the actual date of my anniversary. Technically, it's like 25th, like of February, but I'm celebrating it a little bit earlier. So I'm starting off with like this tier list thing, and it's going on much longer than I thought. I thought I would finish talking about all the games in an hour, but it's going to be, I think, 3-4 hours. I'm still not done yet. Yeah, so my entire stream today would be just me talking about the games. Raven is a strong A+ to S. Yes, I'm going to rank it in the S tier. Hold on, let me go up there. S tier. Which, welcome to the stream, Cuba. And appreciate seeing you here. I know it's like daytime for you. Is it already Saturday or is it still Friday? I can never get the time zone thing correct. These are great categories, yeah. I tried to come up with like crazy, bizarre names for the categories, you know, rather than just boring like A to F kind of thing. Saturday, almost 11 a.m. Okay. It's going to be Sunday for me soon. It's like 11:51 p.m. Kind of late. It's kind of late here. Yeah. Anyways, Raven Remastered. Definitely a solid S. Now, this game is inspired by Agatha Christie. They make that very clear. The remastered version of the game is pretty much exactly the same as the original game, except in terms of the graphics. The graphics in the remastered game looks a lot better. Now, some people might argue that they would appreciate if like the remastered has some different stuff added to it, but I kind of like that it's similar to the original game. So people who have not played the remastered the game before like, or they somehow are unable to get the remastered game to run on their computer. Because when I first played this game, which I didn't finish the game, but when I first started playing the game, it was years ago. I didn't have a custom gaming PC back then, so the PC that I had was a normal like laptop. It couldn't really run the game very well, like the cutscenes wouldn't play, so I had to go and play the original game to finish it. I didn't get to finish the remaster, I had to play the original game. But because it's exactly the same, I can just go back and play the original game, which I really appreciate, because you know, you can just pick whichever that works for your computer. If you have a high-end computer that can run the remastered version, go for the remastered version. If you have a lower-end computer that can run the remastered game, just play the original. It's exactly the same. And they come in a bundle. So if you get the remastered version of the game, it has the original game. So you just play whichever. You don't have to buy 2 games, which is nice. And yes, this is the main character you play as, Zelmer. He is very much inspired by Poirot, specifically David Suchet's version of Poirot, which, I forgot to mention it, why this Agatha Christie game is in S tier is because David Suchet version of Poirot. He is the Poirot when I think of Poirot. He's like the Poirot for me. I'm sorry to all other actors who have played Poirot. You guys did a wonderful job, I'm sure, but David Suchet will always be Poirot to me. And so he's very much inspired by David Suchet's version of Poirot, and very much similar to him in that aspect. So you get to play as him and trying to investigate the storyline. However, there is plot twists in the game. I won't go into details about it. I won't want to spoil the game, but if anyone likes a good Agatha Christie game, you need to play this one. It's a solid S. It has like a really good storyline, and I like how they included Agatha Christie in a way, because there's a character that appears in the game. There's no picture of her here, but there's a character that appears in the game that is very much inspired by Agatha Christie herself. She's also a writer. She also hates the main character that she writes. You know, like, she writes a detective story and hates the main detective. It's just, I like it so much. I like that it pays a good homage to Agatha Christie and the games, you know. And yes, this is a difference between the remastered and the original. Not too much of a difference. It's just like a enhanced version, but other than that, pretty much the same. And yes, it is kind of a good pulp action adventure, good mystery, you know, and you can definitely see the Agatha Christie inspiration and where it came from. It definitely has good vibes. Really, I really liked it. You know, and I would highly recommend it to anyone who is into Agatha Christie games. Because if you're into the Agatha Christie games, especially the originals that have like David Suchet as like the main character, you know, like the ABC Murders or like Evil Under the Sun, that's a game that I would recommend you play, because you will enjoy it for sure. All right, next up, Whisper of the House. This one I gotta put it in S tier. Now, this is not the typical like normal game that I would play on my channel. Y'all know I usually play a good like point-and-click adventure game, you know, a mystery game. This one actually can be considered like a cozy game, but there is mystery. It's like a cozy, like design your house kind of game, but there's a mystery. So it's not like just a typical, normal like adventure, like decorating game. There's a mystery story involved, and there are updates. Now, I don't really go back and really design my house all that much, but I do go back and check out the updates that they have. I don't really record myself playing it or anything, so it's just a relaxing thing to me, because I'm finished with the main storyline for the most part. I'm done with that, so I just play like it as like a relaxing thing. because there are updates that you get, like for example, Lunar New Year, they have an update. Like there's like a diner area you can update, and they give you like furniture, like for like the different like seasons. Like I logged in, I got like a whole set of furniture for like Chinese New Year decorations. I didn't really go and design my house with those furniture though, but if that's what you're into, you can go and just do that. Just check back whenever there's like a holiday or something and they have updates, and you just can go keep decorating stuff. And it's cute, come on. It's cute. So it can be a relaxing thing. Like after you're done with the mystery, you can just go back and just relax and chill with decorating. And if you're really into it, you can just decorate all the different rooms again, however you want. You know, it's really nice and neat. And maybe get inspiration from other people. Oh yeah, I uploaded a photo on my Instagram, like of the hidden area, like one of the secret like rooms that they made after it was an update. It was a secret room. You have to like kind of like follow a lantern, and you go to a secret area where you can unlock this secret room area and just decorate stuff. And yeah, the mystery is weird. I will say the mystery is kind of bizarre, but hey, the game itself is kind of enjoyable, so I don't mind it. And also there's another like update where you follow like the spirit thing, and you unlock this area where you can design an entire room on your own, like build a room however you want. I'm not great at that stuff myself, so I didn't really bother doing anything with it, but if you're into that, right, I'll put it in S tier because I like the premise and I like how relaxing it is for me. Or you know what? Maybe not S tier, maybe A tier. Because my S tier are like kind of, you know, I'm seriously thinking about it, it's not like kind of S tier, but it's there. I think it's an A plus, but it's definitely like, it's not S tier, I think, now that I seriously think about it. But it's good. It's definitely a great game. It's definitely a great game. But yeah, mystery is a bit weird. So story-wise, I can't put it there, but it's enjoyable enough that I still play it. I still go back and just decorate stuff to relax. You know, it's kind of like unpacking a little bit, but endlessly getting new rooms and levels and stuff. I missed the Christmas update though, which sucks, but it's fine. It's fine. That's fine. Okay, Whispers of a Machine. All right, this one, I gotta put it S tier. This one was very much enjoyable, more so even than Kathy Rain 2. Because the premise of the game is you are living in this sci-fi world. You're kind of like a human, but enhanced. So you get these like powers where which you can use to solve a mystery, to help out through the game. And the story changes depending on your choice. Now, my gameplay, I choose to be a more empathic person, so I unlocked like a different ability. Phoebe, who's a friend of mine that also streams, and she chose a different option. She went down a different route, you know, so the ability that she unlocked and part of the story is different. So I like that. I like that there's like this like little changes. I know overall the story would be the same, but I like that there's like this different like options and a bit of a different ending depending on how you play your game. So your gameplay might be like different each time. You can just change it up, and I like it. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. It would be a game I would love to go back and visit. It would be a game that I would really recommend to other people. Thanks for tweaking the playthrough, but it's missing that small X card that keeps it from hitting us. Which one? Whispers of the House or Whispers of a Machine? Because Whispers of the Machine, I really did enjoy. Machine. Okay, another reason why I kind of put it in S tier is because of Peanut. We had a baby in that game, and I named it Peanut because of you guys, the Peanut Gallery. I have to put the game in S tier because of you guys. It's just like, I don't know. I know it's not intentional, obviously, on the deaf part, but it's just a good coincidence, you know. You guys call yourself the Peanut Gallery, and there's Peanut. And I like the ending of the game. I also appreciate that there's like a different ending thing, like a different playthrough thing. So I have to put this in S tier. All right. I mean, I got to. I enjoyed it so much. I like the supernatural aspect, because as y'all noticed, a lot of the games I play, mystery games, they don't have like a supernatural aspect. Especially if it comes to like murder mystery and stuff. It's usually just a detective mystery game, like really normal. Sure, there might be some like bizarreness here and there, but the main character you play as don't usually have like superpowers. So I appreciate when you get to play a game where you have superpowers. Like that kind of playthrough is what I expected from Raincode, but I didn't get that, you know? So I appreciate that you have that with this game because it's rare. It's kind of a rare thing. But you have that with this game, so I appreciate it. Next up is Murders on the Yangtze River. Hands down S tier. And you know what? I gotta move it up a little bit. I gotta move it up. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It's Agatha Christie would still be like number 1, but Murder on the Yangtze River. It's gotta be like up there, like really up there. I loved it so much. I enjoyed it so much. To the point where last year I want to play a game for Twitch like affiliate anniversary, and I completely missed it because I couldn't finish the game on time. But I couldn't stop myself from playing that game. And I didn't want to play another game while I'm playing that game because I was that into the game. Okay? It is inspired by Ace Attorney, and they say that on their Steam page, which I'll show you guys, why not. Murders on the Yangtze River. Now this is like, they have very different art styles. Like this is how the characters look, really animated, really nice. But you can see at the back here, that's how you normally look. Okay, is there a street version where you run around on the streets? Here, when you're walking on the streets, they're like really like chibi, cute, like small sized. But then when you're like solving the mystery, talking to people, you have like really detailed art style. I really like it. And it's also side scroller, so no motion sickness for me there. And I like the mystery. Now there are various different cases in this game, but an overarching mystery. Which, hint hint, it's related to this. I won't go into spoilers for this because I really want people to be able to go into the game and play it yourself. But the mechanics of the game is really good. And they're like, yeah, there are these little like mini games too, but not too much that it's like crazy. And I like how it's set like in a really realistic timeline and environment, because unlike the Ace Attorney series where it's fictional, like the entire like timeline, sometimes like the way the murder happens, and there's like the whole like spirit thing in some of the games, it's like entirely fictional, not realistic in any way. But this game is made really based on the 20th century, of like, or yeah, 20th century, when the game time came out. I think it was like the 1920s or something. Yeah, 20th century, and it's really much heavily based upon how it's like in China at that time. They have an update. There's a collaboration. You know what? Never mind. Yeah. You get to learn about how life is like in China at the time, because a lot of the way the murder happens and it's really heavily based upon that timeline, and you learn like real life facts, historical facts about that period of time, not just about China, but about like, you know, for example, Sherlock Holmes, for example. Like obviously because the developers are Chinese, they're based they are a Chinese studio. A lot of effects are related to China at the time, but you just learn a lot of these little things. So I like it. I like when games include this like little historical stuff that you get to learn about, that you may not know about before. And I like how the studio really went into doing their research for the game. Because even though, yes, they're a Chinese studio, they're living in China, but, it doesn't really mean that they automatically know exactly how it's like back then in that time period. And there are games where they try to include like different cultures or even their own culture, and they don't really do heavy research on it. And I get upset about that, especially in terms of Chinese history and culture. I'm looking at you, Nancy Drew. But not in this one. This one, it's like really, you get to learn about real stuff. And like the murders, like the way the people are killed, it's like realistic because it's how it would have happened back then. And they include like actual real life like descriptions of like how you investigate the murder, why this happened, how it happens. It's like, it's I like it. I like that. So A tier. No, S tier. I misspoke. S tier, a high S tier. Like anyone who loves a good mystery and you like point and click, you need to play this game. Of course, you gotta enjoy the Ace Attorney like little like kind of style of game, because it is inspired by that, as y'all can see from like some of the screenshots. Like when you confront your suspects, when you talk to them, when you question them, it is similar to Ace Attorney in that style. But yet it's its own thing. Like they managed to make it work. See, okay, here, the grocery. These are little facts that you can learn, historical real life facts that you can learn about that time period. And then there's knowledge about the murder, how it happens, all that kind of stuff. And it's fascinating when I was playing it. I really liked it. I really, really did. So highly, highly recommend that to anyone who's into mystery games, point and clicks. And you like a good murder mystery, you gotta play that one. Highly recommend. I really wish they would make a new game, but I don't know. I've heard some stuff about the studio. I'm not sure if they're ever going to come out with a second game, or if the DLC that they're supposed to come out with will ever be released, because apparently they had to like remake it from scratch because some stuff happened. So I don't really know if they'll ever come out with that DLC or even another game. Because apparently I heard online, like some of the Chinese folks are saying that they don't even have the IP copyright for the game anymore. And I'm not really sure if that's true or not, but I really, really, hopefully I will get another game, or even the DLC. I really want to play that DLC. Even if it's just in Chinese, I really want to play it. And yeah, it's dubbed. I mean, it's voiced over. I mean, it's not in English, obviously. The voiceovers are all in Chinese, but the translations are in English. And it's translated well enough. I mean, there's some games like, say, Lumina Night, where the translations are a bit rough. I mean, you can still understand what they're saying. Like, it kind of still makes sense, so it's not terrible. It's not like a bad translation, but this one I would say good translation for the most part. All right, moving on. Yesterday. Oh, yesterday. Cliche. Yesterday, the first one, mainly I enjoyed playing the game. I did, but I did stop playing it for a period of time because I don't know if it's just me and my bad luck, because it was pretty much right after Cabernet, so I don't know what happened back then. It's just me. I had audio issues with this game, that I never got to resolve. I got this on GOG, so I don't know if the Steam version of this have any issues or not. So it could just be the GOG version, or it could just be me and my bad luck. But because of that, you know, it turned me off a little bit from the game. But I did go back to playing it, and I did end up liking it and finishing it. But I can't put it any higher than a C because of that. And the plot is a bit cliche in the sense, like the main plot of this is about this guy. The entire thing about this is about a guy named John Yesterday. Too much yesterday, it became tomorrow's problem. Yeah, a little bit. Yes, that did happen. But yeah, John Yesterday, the whole story, like the whole game, both games are about him. The first game is mainly about him and Henry White, which is a guy who we thought were a friend, but turns out to be his kidnapper and torturer. So he, and the problem with this game, why I'm ranking it C2, is also because the game ends on a cliffhanger. So we kind of defeat the bad guy, but not really, because he fell on a freaking hole. We don't know if he died or not, because he did complete the ritual of immortality. And his henchmen, who we thought we just like knocked out and killed, somehow also survived. But both of them never appeared in the second game. So that storyline is just left hanging there, and I don't know exactly what happened with them. Or if they're ever gonna plan on making a third game, if they're ever gonna come back. There are just questions left unanswered that just disappointed me a little. That was not addressed in the second game. But the second game, I gotta put in a B. Because it's a bit better. Even though, yes, they didn't address the whole situation with like Henry White and his henchmen, but they focus more on the story of John Yesterday, like him and his origins. Again, didn't completely acknowledge or answer the question of how he came to be. We did learn that he was turned by, I think, the main guy. Like my theory was that he was turned by the main guy who wrote the Book of Immortality, and that's how he became immortal. And the whole thing about the ritual is that it reverts you to that state of whatever age you turn. So whatever age you had the ritual done to you, when you die, you revert back to that state. So for John Yesterday, he turns back to being a baby every single time he dies, because that's when he was turned, so to speak. And I think that's something went wrong with the ritual, so he keeps forgetting his memories. And I think they tried to improve that in this game, because he has a girlfriend who got turned into an immortal, but she doesn't forget her memories when she dies. You know, she just comes back to life as how she was before. But for John Yesterday, something went wrong, and she just keeps forgetting who he is and losing his memories. And so I forgot if we managed to fix that problem in that game. But I remember enjoying it towards the end, but it's still like the bizarre kind of game, you know? It's kind of the bizarre game. You know, I can't put it low because it's better than this one, but this one is not as bad as like the games on D, because I did end up going back to finishing it, and I did enjoy it towards the end. So I just had to get past audio issues. That might be a me thing. I don't know if other people had audio issues, because I couldn't find other people talking about audio issues with this game, so it might be a me thing. But the series itself, not bad. They're made by Pendula Studios, and they have made some pretty good games, actually. Misspelled there. Yesterday, again, like I said, bought it on GOG, so this one is the Steam version. looks like that. Okay, it came out a while ago. Okay, it came out quite some time ago, but it still looks pretty good actually. So for a modern day system, it still looks pretty good. They made several games actually. I've also have the Runaway series, which also another classic like retro game from them. And I've also played before the Next Big Thing. So you can find that VOD on my YouTube. But I played it like in 2023, I think. So a while ago. It's not on my ranking list, obviously. It was some time ago when I played that. But yeah, pretty good, pretty fun. I will get to the other years eventually. And I also have Tintin, which I had it for so long I haven't played it yet, but I'll get to it eventually. This one's mixed though, so I might not have high hopes for this one, but oh well, whatever. Back to ranking. Ooh, up next, Murder on the Orient Express. I'm putting A. The only reason why I'm putting in A and not S tier is because motion sickness. Now, the story is a modern take on a classic tale. Because there is the classic version of the Orient Express game, the one that was made by Adventure Company, which I have not played yet. I will eventually play that one. This one is a modern take. You know, unlike the other version of that game, where it takes place in back in the day, like multiple years ago. This one takes place in 2023 when it came out. So it's a modern day game. There is like cell phones and stuff. And they added a twist to that game, so there is an additional mystery to that. You know, there's an additional character, as you can see her, that you get to play as. I'll just show you. Is there a close-up? Yeah. So this is a younger version of Paro. So it doesn't look like David Suchet anymore. So much more good looking. Because David Suchet's version of Paro is cute. Like very cute. You know, good looking still, but different kind of good looking. This one's handsome kind of good looking, you know? Like very like young, modern, like good looking guy. And we get to play as her as well. You know, solving like different, like the mystery. Kind of like the same mystery, like the missing girl, but like different take. There is a twist. There is a different version of this compared to the original. You know, like the Adventure Company version. Very, yeah, Chad Poirot. And so, yeah, when I'm on the train part of the game, it's not too bad, but because, as you can see, you get to explore the outside of the train. Because, like I said, they did do a little twist on the storyline. Change things up a little bit, make it like their own things. And they did a good job. I will say they did a good job. I took forever in finishing this game because of my motion sickness. So that's just a me thing. Okay? It's my body hating on me, and so I suffered from motion sickness. But if you don't suffer from motion sickness, this is a game that I would recommend. It is a very good mystery game. It is. I do have like the sequel, like Death on the Nile. It's in my library and I've not played it yet. I'll get to it eventually. Alright, Art of Murder Cards of Destiny. Oh boy. I don't know why I didn't play the entire series at the same time. I played this game like a year or so after I played the first game. I don't know what made me make that decision, but that's what happened. And yes, really retro classic, but very good game, but not S tier. It's still A tier. It's still A tier. Oh, I do have the Next Big Thing on my ranking list. My apologies. I thought I didn't, but it's here. Okay, anyways, I'll get to it eventually. Art of Murder. This, which, I don't know if this is the second or third one. It could be the second game. But yes. The voice acting is awkward. I will say that, especially for the voice acting for the main character, is awkward. It sounds a bit AI-ish, very stiff. But the storyline, not terrible. it is like a retro point and click. I remember enjoying it, but you know what? Maybe I'll put it B. Maybe I'll put it B. It's not bad. It's really not bad. I will still recommend people playing it if you're into like retro games like that, you know? But yeah, B tier. I think it's better fit. No, it's a retro game though, so it's a product of its time. Oh, Beacon Pines. Oh my god. S tier. Immediately S tier. Beacon Pines is fantastic. Okay, it's the way they tell the story, because you gotta see it. It's a book. The way they tell the story is like the narrator is the writer of the book, and so you get to play, like explore the story, but it's also at the same time like a storybook like this. And the how you get to the different like endings and different like pathways of the game is through different words. You know, you see, you can put different words in the sentence and it changes the way the story goes. And I appreciate this fresh take on having different storylines and different like pathways and different endings, because like, for example, Whispers of a Machine, in order to get a different ending and to get like a different storyline, you got to replay the entire game from the beginning. And it gets tiresome sometimes, and it kind of puts me off sometimes in replaying a game, because as y'all know, I got a lot of games on my list. I've got a lot of backlog, okay? And so if I have to replay an entire game from the very beginning, I got to really love the game. Like, really love the game. You know, and yes, I did put Whispers of a Machine in S tier because of Peanut, but I will say most games I'm not too huge of a fan enough. Like, I don't like it enough to want to replay the entire thing from the beginning just to get a different ending. Like, once is enough. Especially if I'm like pretty happy with the ending that I got, I won't want to replay it to see different endings. Too much time. Beacon Pines though, solve that issue for you, because you can just change the words and just from there see the different pathway. You don't have to replay from the very beginning again. You just go back to wherever the pathway is and just change the word, and then voila, different ending. Yay. So I like this new kind of like concept, and it's a unique kind of concept that they have. And all the characters, like the storyline, they're all memorable. Like, see, these characters, I can remember them. I can remember the storyline that they have. And it's great. You play so many games. I feel like I only play the same 5 or so games besides the Nancy games. Yeah, I think it's because I don't replay a game. Because I know a lot of people I like, including you, would play a lot of Nancy games. And I appreciate it. I like it. I like watching you guys play. But for me personally, though, I cannot really do that because I get bored. I get bored of the same game over and over again. I like watching people play Nancy games. Like, it's kind of like a cozy thing. Like, if I need to have like something playing in the background while I do stuff, I like to have someone like playing a Nancy game, because it's just so familiar to me at this point. It's just having you guys play Nancy games and just talk in the background. But personally, like, if I'm playing a game, I get bored if I replay a game over and over and over again. Like, Nancy, as good as they are, it gets boring to me really fast because I keep watching people play Nancy games and then I don't want to play a Nancy game. I'll be very honest here, and I might offend some Nancy fans. Nancy games do not make the top 10 of my list. They don't even make the top 20 of my list. Most of them. I like watching a Nancy game. I would play a Nancy game, but as you can see from my list, like from the Nancy inspired games, they don't rank high on my list games compared to all the other games I play. I like them. When I'm playing them, I enjoy playing them, but they don't rank high at all. It's... yeah. Sorry, Nancy fans. Sorry. You know, like, get a quick find a guy. I appreciate you guys for doing that though, you know, because when I'm playing a game, my peanut gallery, they have the walkthrough ready to help me out when I get stuck. Because that happens a lot. Okay, I'm so sorry. I just keep getting stuck at games all the time. But yeah, appreciate you guys for doing that, peanut gallery. You guys are amazing. Oh, broken sword up. Need I say more broken sword? You guys know how much I like broken sword. -3 and 4, which I might have to get to that eventually. Stobot tier. Oh my god. I should have named it that. Stobot tier game. Stobot approved. Stobot approved. You know, next year, my ranking for the games like this year, maybe I'll change it to Stobot approved. Or just watch along BS3 and 4. I have watched people play BS3. Nina Struggles played Broken Sword 3. I watched part of it. But she, the time where she streamed the game is kind of like really late for me, so I kind of like always fall asleep towards the end, so I never know the ending. And I don't know. I'm not too into the game enough to want to watch a long ass playthrough of the game. Also, people told me that it's not as bad as I expected, but it's not point and click. And y'all know me and my motion sickness. Like, even for some games where it feels like you won't get motion sickness from it, I get motion sickness from it. Okay, my body just hates me, alright? But yes, Broken Sword. Oh my god, Broken Sword. This is Shadow of the Templars Reforged. Hands down, one of the best point and clicks, okay? Because if you love Broken Sword, the original, you will love Broken Sword Reforged because it has like enhanced graphics. It's just the first game, but enhanced in 4K. Okay, it's amazing, and you can play the original game if you want to. You can switch between graphics. Just click the tap button. You can switch between graphics. You can get the pixel version if you want to. Because for the original Broken Sword game, I have it. I have the entire Broken Sword series. I can't get it to run on my modern day computer anymore. I don't know, something with Windows Update, but Broken Sword 1, the original pixel version, like the OG version from the 90s, doesn't run on my computer anymore. It just doesn't work. So it's good that they reforged the game because you can experience the pixel version of the OG game if you want to. Or if you can't stand it and somehow it makes you feel sick and triggers your motion sickness, because I have a 2K monitor. It's 27-inch. It's freaking huge, and games are too pixelated do cause me motion sickness. My brain is weird like that. Okay, my body is weird like that. So I appreciate the 4K graphics. You turn a drop after you set the indie games don't make your top 10. I think that's incredibly valid. That incredible timing. That incredible timing. It doesn't make it harder to die in Reforged. I appreciate that. Why do I want to keep dying? Okay, which is another thing. Like, I know there's some people, especially like for Nancy fans, like they like to purposely make your character die. Like, for example, like the Nancy Drew fans, they purposely make Nancy die. And I'm the type of person that if I can, I try to keep my character alive. I don't purposely make them die knowing that death is coming. I try to keep them alive and well. You know, I just can't stand the thought of death. Like, if I can avoid death, I will avoid it. So I appreciate not being able to die as easily in Reforged. And having a second chance, in a way. Because in the OG version, I learned it the hard way. In the OG Broken Sword, if you don't save, you don't have a save file, like, you know, for that point, you can die and have to restart from way earlier on in the game if you don't save regularly. I learned that the hard way because I died I got to restart quite a bit away from where I left off. Because I died, and I don't have a save off for like close to when I died. I got to start from much earlier in game, and it annoyed the shit out of me. I did not expect that to happen, but it happened. In Reforged, you don't really have that much of a worry on that aspect, which I appreciate. Just saying. Want to shake your hand? Yeah, the whole shaking hand thing. I appreciate that. I really do. You should have the electric buzzer for other games. Okay, moving on. Cognition. S tier. This game is not made by Jane Jansen, but she is a story consultant for this game. And y'all know Jane Jansen and her writing skills. She is amazing. And there are ads, so you guys can't hear this, but I'll repeat it anyways. Cognition has one of the most amazing storylines for a murder mystery game. Your internet hates you right now. I had that before, internet problems, which sucks sometimes. You know, but I hope your internet gets better eventually. Like sometimes I gotta restart my modem to make it better, so maybe you could try that. But yeah, close enough, right? Like, but Jane Jansen, she has amazing writing skills, and that's why she's an author, right? Like, so even though she didn't make the game herself, she is a story consultant for this game, and Cognition to this day has one of the best murder mystery stories out there. So if you're really into murder mystery, you need to play Cognition. Now, the game came out a while ago, and you can tell it does live up to its time. Well, it doesn't look that bad. I can look it up. I can show you guys. So it doesn't look as bad, but you can tell it's a product of its time, right? It's not the best graphics, but because of its storyline, I can give it a pass. The story is really good, and yes, you play as Erica Reed, who has superpowers. She can see into the past, and that helps her solve the mystery. And I really like that. I like the art style, as dated as it is. And mystery, amazing. Okay, hands down, amazing. Man, it's tough when you get used to something Reforged that revives the use of hand-drawn style, keeps it times. Yeah, you wish that more game studios does that, right? Where they're able to go back and revive the hand-drawn style, which although they did say, I think Charles did say that they had to use AI to sort of help with the making the Reforged version of the game, because back in the day, the first OG game, it's completely hand-drawn. Every scene, every character, everything's hand-drawn. But since many time has passed, and the original team that worked on the games are obviously, a lot of them are not there anymore. They're not working at the studio anymore. A lot of them has moved on. The studio may not have enough funds to make it everything hand-drawn, so they have to teach AI to kind of learn the style of Broken Sword and reforge the game that way, which I don't mind. I know a lot of people hate AI, but I will say I don't hate AI as much as other people do. It's the way you use it, I think. Because let's be honest here, you can't stop AI from happening. You can't stop it from being around. And I work in IT. There's AI everywhere. And, you know, like, you gotta learn to live with it. You gotta learn to make it work. It's always gonna be around. This is just how time goes. But it's how you use it that matters, right? But yeah, they got it close enough. And Broken Sword 2 is coming out. They're reforging the second game, and they also have like the 6th game coming out, and I am really looking forward to that. I keep checking my wish list every day to see if they've announced date. Like, release date for Broken Sword 2 Reforged and Broken Sword 6 yet, because I can't wait. Y'all know I love me a good Broken Sword game. But yeah, Cognition. Now let's talk about Cognition. If you love a good murder mystery and you don't mind it being a bit dark, because it can be dark. I mean, it is a murder mystery. It's not going to be like, it's not like a parody of the genre, like say like Requiem Fiddle or like Dark Side Detective or something, you know. It's dark. Okay, it's serious. And like as compared to say Detective Grimoire, for example, it's serious. But it's good. It's the story consultant is Jane Jansen guy, enough said. It's good. Gotta try it eventually. Okay, Facility 47. A tier. Now, Facility 47 is a game that's unique in the sense that you don't meet anyone in game. And what I mean by that is that there's no character in game. Unlike a lot of other games I've played where there are like various characters you can talk to and stuff, no one appears in game when you're playing Facility 47. Not a single person. You're playing alone. The entire time you're alone. And that is the creepy part. It's not a horror game, mind you. Okay, they tag it as horror. But I will say this, is not really like horror. Like the concept of it is a bit scary in the sense that you're alone and you don't know what to expect, but it's not really horror, really. I won't say it's horror to me. And although you don't meet a single person in the entire game, it's good. The storyline is pretty good. The graphics looks good. It definitely has the vibe of like a hidden object game though. It's a bit similar to say like a True Fear in that sense. But it is point and click, okay? It is point and click. I like it. Which, speaking of Facility 47, I will rank Meridian 157 along with that. Because I played this first and then someone recommended to me to play Meridian 157. And Meridian 157, the series, is similar to Facility 47 where you don't really meet anybody. But the concept of it is kind of creepy. And look at the graphics. It looks pretty good. Okay? It looks really good. And the first prologue is free, so if you're interested, you can just play the prologue for free. And they also came out with like chapter 1. Wait, Aurora Hills? Which is free, but I haven't played it yet because I'm waiting for Aurora Hills to be completely released before I play it. Because I will play one chapter and then I will want to know what happens in the next chapter and it'll take forever to finish. So I'm just waiting for all the chapters to be released before I start on Aurora Hills, but I will play it. I'm expecting the same thing as Meridian 157 though, where you don't meet any characters. You like adventure games where you're mainly alone? I would play games where you're mainly alone, but characters are important to me. If you can see from all the games I've played, a lot of them have a lot of characters in them. And one of the things I rank the games on is how unique the characters are, how memorable they are, because there are some games where there are a ton of characters, but the characters are not as memorable. That would dock points for me for that game. But a lot of games that have a lot of characters, if they're really memorable, I really appreciate it. So games like Myst aren't your cup of tea? No. Meridian 157 and Facility 47 is unique in the sense that they're not like Myst. They're not as bad as Myst, because I've seen people play Myst and games along that genre, but it's not my thing. You know, it's too puzzly for my taste, if that's a way of putting it. Because Meridian 157 and Facility 47 still has a good storyline to it. Like, there is a mystery to it. You just don't encounter anybody while you're playing because you're at an abandoned island you know, or a place where it has been like forgotten or just abandoned, or you don't know what happened to the people there. That watching a film more fun when you enjoy adventures with others. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, and in a way, I did stream these games. I did stream Meridian 157 and Facility 47. So it could be because of that I enjoy it more, because I have people in the chat talking to me and helping me out as compared to playing it alone, which might make it more boring to me, I think. The way of putting Myst has definitely lots of puzzles. Yeah, you really need to be into puzzles. Like for Myst, or even like say, I think Riven, was that it? You need to be really into puzzles to enjoy that game. You need to have brains. But you gotta be prepared to, as the Hermit Gamer said, fry your brain cells. Like, you need to be prepared to be frustrated and pull your hair out because of the amount of puzzle there in that game. Because that's the main point of the game, puzzles. But me, I'm into story. So even for games like Meridian 147, you need a good storyline. Not just puzzles. You need a good storyline. So even if there's no one in-game, you don't meet any character in-game or get to talk to anybody, but there's good storyline. You know, like there's good like lore in-game that you can learn about. Newer games like Cyan, Abduction, and Firmament aren't so bad. I mean, I could check them out, but I've never been good at puzzles, and that's the whole point of the Peanut Gallery, actually. Rather than just being here and like talking to me and chatting with me, enjoying the games with me, they help me out when I game. They have like a walkthrough prepared, because I am bad at puzzles sometimes. Okay, I'm good at story. You know, I'm into the story. You know, to the point where I can guess a plot before the ending, and I can get my theory right. And that happened a few times while I'm playing. That's how good of and into stories I am, but not for puzzles. I'm not a puzzle person. Story is more important to me than puzzles. I don't need puzzles in my game, actually, if a story is good. Like, that's like second, like, bonus thing, I think. For me, anyways. Okay. Ghost Trick. Oh boy. Oh boy. A-S-S. Hands down S. Now, Ghost Trick Phantom Detective is a game that I have watched people play multiple times. Different people. I have watched them play the game. I know exactly how the story is, what happens. I know all the plot twists, but I played it anyway. So when I was playing and streaming Ghost Trick, I know exactly what happened. I know the entire story. Yet, I loved it so much just by watching other people play it that I'm like, I need to play this game myself. I need to buy it. I need to play it. Despite the fact that there's no sale or anything, I played it and I love the story. And it is amazing. And it's rare. I don't have a lot of games on my list where I said like, oh, I've watched everyone play it. I know the exact storyline. I know all the plot twists. I knew everything about the game, the mystery, everything is solved. I know everything, but I play it anyways and I loved it. But Ghost Trick is one of that game. It is so good, and mainly it's for the dog. Have you seen that dog in that game? Oh my god. He's the best, okay? I've heard of the book Kain's Jawbone. All out of order, and your job is to put it all together. Only like 3 people have ever solved it. I don't really read books anymore nowadays. Oh, sorry. I read fan fiction more than I read books. I don't know if my attention span and my time, because now that I'm like a working adult, I don't have as much time to read books as I did when I was younger. And fan fiction are usually much shorter. I can finish a fan fiction in like a day sometimes, or 2 days. But for a book, I've got to have a lot of time to focus on a book. and I don't really have that time. So, yeah. Let's play the S tier at where they are. A fair amount of puzzles that aren't too bad. Yes, all my S tier games, as you can see, are games that do not have puzzles that are so difficult that I want to pull my hair out. They're all games that have a fair amount of puzzles, not too difficult, good storyline, good characters, good environment, and good music, and you just enjoy your experience with it. You don't feel so frustrated that I want to quit. And then the A tier is like good, but they're not good enough. There's something missing from like them that don't put them in like the S tier, but still good. You know, the puzzles are still not too difficult. It's just there's some reasoning as to why I didn't put it in S tier. But it's like a me thing. It could be S tier for other people, you know, but it's just a me thing why I didn't put it in S. Because I have a lot of games in S. Okay, Nancy Drew. Okay, one of the 2 Nancy Drew games that I have on my list. Nancy Drew Mystery of the Seven Keys. Now, I have said this before in my playthrough that if you're talking about the Nancy Drew games in general, it is ranked pretty high in terms of story. I like the story in that game. I like the graphics in that game. I like the music in that game, but I hate the puzzles in that game. And just for that alone, I gotta put it in C. Like, everything else about that game, I like. The graphics is good. At least on my 2K monitor, it looks amazing. I was so excited about it. The story is pretty good. I like the characters. I like the music. I like the whole atmosphere of the game, but I hated the puzzles. It is so difficult that I told, like, in my playthrough, when I was playing, I was like, I need a baby sleuth mode. No, I don't just need an amateur mode anymore, okay? I don't need an amateur sleuth. I'm a baby sleuth when it comes to that game, okay? If that's the level of puzzles, like the difficulty that they plan on keeping for future Nancy Drew games, I need a baby sleuth mode. I need like a mode after, like before amateur sleuth, because I suck at those puzzles. The amount of times I had to cheat and refer to the hints to solve the puzzles for that game is just annoying. And the fact that there are some puzzles in the game that I remember have multiple solutions, but the game only took like one solution. And I'm like, why the fuck is that it? Why? Why? And there's some parts in the game where it's not as intuitive on how to like advance. Like, you need to talk to people, like say like Ned, for example, to get further in the game, like in terms of like puzzles and stuff. Like for a Nancy Drew game, I know people rank it pretty low, but again, something you need to know about me is that I didn't grow up playing Nancy Drew. I grew up playing a lot of other games. Like, I'm like a gamer, and like a gamer as in I play a lot of games, not just Nancy games. And because of that, I don't have nostalgia for Nancy games. A lot of like other Nancy Drew fans have like the nostalgia factor playing for them. I don't have that at all. Okay? Nancy Drew game is just blah. You know, it's just a game that I played, but I didn't grow up with it. So I like Mystery of the Seven Keys, and among the Nancy Drew games in terms of story and everything, it would rank pretty high for me. Because I really did enjoy it, so I was very excited about it. I waited up all night until they released it on Her Interactive. I just bought it immediately. But in terms of all the games I played overall, meh. Just in terms of the puzzles, and then also the ending. Because there's a secret ending in that game that to this day I have not been able to unlock, because you need like a right amount of achievements and whatnot. I hate that they did that. Why hide the secret ending like behind like a achievement thing? I never ever like 100% my achievements. Like I think the only game that I've 100% my achievements on is like Lumen and Night, just for clearing the entire story. But Nancy games, I've never really 100% any of the achievements. They're incredibly hard to get, and you lock the hidden ending behind the achievements. Fuck you. So C it is. On what tier is Minesweeper? F. Forever behind bars, because I am terrible at Minesweeper. Also, hello, Sky Chaser. Welcome to the stream. I'm glad to see you. But yes, S tier. No, not S tier. F tier. Forever behind bars. Minesweeper is here. Okay? Fuck you, Minesweeper. I've never been good at Minesweeper. I always die on Minesweeper. Like, Nancy Drew, White Wolf, Icicle Creek has Minesweeper puzzle in it. And I'm shit at that game. I cheat on that puzzle all the time because I'm terrible at Minesweeper. Never been good at it. I don't get the logic behind it. I never do. I probably never will. But kudos to anyone who's good at Minesweeper, because I respect you. I can never. Okay? Sorry, I can never. Alright, up next, Lost Horizon. Another game made by Animation Arts. Same people that made Secret Files. As y'all can see, I'll show you. This is the art style of anime, like Lost Horizon. And again, with a lot of like the animation art games, they allow you to explore pretty much everywhere, honestly. Like, you go to a lot of various different countries and places in the game, and you get to see a lot. Now, this game I won't say is like S tier, but it's a solid A tier for me. It's a solid A tier. You play as, I think, Phantom, and you look for you're looking for your friend Richard, who went missing. There is like a supernatural element to this game, but the game is it ends kind of on a bittersweet note, because your friend can never come back. And yes, there are Nazis in that game. There are Nazis in that game. It's not it's not good enough like, say, the Secret File series, but it's good. But they're just some parts of it. It's like, you know, mainly the ending, I think. With the friend thing that I won't spoil, but it's just, yeah. I still like it though. I'm tempted to rank it S, but I'll keep it A. And then Lost Horizon 2, where it's a B. One only reason, because it's continuation of like the first game, right? And the first game, there's this lady character that appears in the game, and which you get to see her. And they made it seem like, you know, Phantom and the lady had a thing that they're dating, but she doesn't appear in the second game. And it would seem that she passed away. They never acknowledged really or talk about what really happened in that game, or like what really happened to her in the game. Like, it's just, she's just not there. Lost Horizon may be a B, but it's a solid B. It's an A for me. Okay, a solid A, and then the second game is a solid B. It's in between, because of the lack of the second character. I don't know why they removed her, you know, but they did. But it's still good. You know, animation art point and click games, they may not be like S tier, except for Secret Files, but I have like biasness towards that, so that's why they're S tier. I acknowledge that, okay? But it's a good game. You have to like the classic retro game though. But yeah, the sequel did not keep up with the first game. The first game is a solid A. While I may not be as biased towards it as, like, say, Secret Files, so it's not on my S tier list, but it's a solid A. It's a game I would recommend people play. And Lost Horizon 2, as good as the graphics look, because it has great graphics, the characters are pretty good, And the music and all are pretty good from what I remember. It's just the storyline is just a bit of a downgrade. So it's not as good as the first one in that sense. So I can't put it on an A level, you know? It's just, it's not fantastic, you know, but I will still recommend people playing it. But like you see it here, it's mixed. It looks fantastic. Look at the graphics. For a game that came out like 10 years ago, no, 11 years ago at this point, look at the graphics. It looks fantastic, but it's not the best, I got to say. Yeah, it's a B, solid B. All right, Luigi Mansion 2 HD. Ooh, I'll put it in A tier only because of the final 2 levels of the game. Now, I love Luigi Mansion. I love the Luigi Mansion series. I played Luigi Mansion 2, I played Luigi Mansion 3, and I loved it. I'll play Luigi Mansion 4 if they came out with it. But why is it in A only and not C? I mean, not S, is because that final 2 level is pretty much impossible for me to beat. I have beat it before once. The first time I played, and I took forever in beating that game. And that is the original game. The HD series is pretty much exactly the same as the OG, like Luigi Mansion Dark Moon, except for the graphics. They leveled up the graphics. But the final 2 level is just pretty much impossible for me. I would take forever. I still haven't beaten it yet. So I didn't finish the game. So if you watch my walkthrough, like my VODs for, well, not really a walkthrough, playthrough for the game, like you can find the VODs on my YouTube, you won't find the VODs for the final 2 level because I never finished it. Whenever I replay Luigi Mansion, I never play the final 2 levels because I suck at it and it's so difficult that, yeah, I can never do it. So A tier it is just because of that. But that's just me because I suck at the final 2 levels. So for some other people, it could be S tier because it's good. I like it. And yes, I like Luigi more than Mario. I said it. Okay, Nancy Drew Ghost of Thornton Hall. Ooh, that's a solid one for Nancy Drew games. If I ever were asked to recommend a Nancy Drew game, and if they don't mind a scary game, I would go for Nancy Drew Ghost of Thornton Hall. The puzzles are not too difficult. On amateur level, I can't really pronounce my words. It's getting late. Amateur sleuth level. I never play my games on Master Sleuth, okay? Only on amateur. This game, though, has on amateur mode, good amount of puzzles. Not too difficult. The atmosphere is pretty scary. Got scared a few times. Not a lot of characters, which is typical for a Nancy Drew game. But all the characters are memorable. I like them. Including the phone contacts. And the storyline's pretty good. And the game theory, it can get dark. It can be a pretty dark game in terms of, if you think about it. So, it's pretty good. Not A. It's not A. No, but it's a good B. It's a good B. Next big thing, ooh. I'll give it an A. This one is better than yesterday. Okay, which this is the first Pendula Studio games I played. The next big thing. So I was expecting that. It's bizarre. Okay, it's bizarre. A lot of characters in that game. You know, there's supernatural, fantasy thing involved. It's pretty much out there in terms of the plot, but it's good. They made it work, and I was expecting that for yesterday, but kind of a bit disappointed because it's not as good as the next big thing. Yeah. Maybe the Runaway series might be better. So I will try that in the future. But yeah, good A. It's a good point-and-click adventure game. Just don't take it too seriously. because it's not a serious game. You know, not really. It doesn't have like a serious like plot. It's not like a murder mystery, heavy, dark game or anything. It's just a cute, cozy game. Just chill with it. That's the kind of game. Alright. Monkey Island. This is the remastered version of the first Monkey Island game. And bizarre but good. Now, this is a personal thing, because I've never been really into pirates. Okay, like the whole like pirate thing has never been like my thing. So, that's why for so long I've owned the entire, like, okay, not really the entire series because they came out with new games. But I own a lot of the Monkey Island game, but I've only ever played the first like remastered game. I never went on to play the other games, which I own, by the way. But I never gone to it because it doesn't appeal to me as much. Now, is it good? Yes. It is good. But it's just not my thing. It's not terrible, though, when I played it. It's good. It's bizarre. It's just... the puzzles are not too difficult, if you can consider them as puzzles. But, you know, story's pretty good. You know, I enjoyed it. Just not something that I gravitate to, you know? So it's not something I would, like, replay. Not really. Okay, Murder, She Wrote 2. This is not a game that I've streamed. It's a game that I played, like, off-stream. It's A. Okay, I have the VODs on my YouTube. There's a show called Murder, She Wrote. This is kind of based on that. There is the first game, but I've only ever played the second one because the first one is pure hidden object. The second game is hidden object adventure, and I really liked it for the mystery. And it's hidden object, obviously. It came out a while ago, so it's like it has like the hidden object like game graphics. It is abandonware at this point, so you can have to find the game online somewhere. I took forever, okay, in trying to find that game. But I found it, and it's fun. I still enjoy it when I replay it, so I'll put it in A just for that. Chronicles of Misthreel. It's again made by Animation Arts. Is it made by Animation Arts or some other game? Chronicles of Misthreel. It's the same people that I think made Art of Murder. Yeah, I think actually it's yes, City Interactive, not Animation Arts. City Interactive. Again, similar to Art of Murder. Good storyline. Actually, this one actually has pretty good storyline. Voice acting is a bit better than Art of Murder. You know, Nicole Bennett in that game sounds horrible. Okay, she sounds very AI-ish. This one sounds a bit more natural. This one, you have a missing uncle. Yeah. I put in A. I really enjoyed this series. I'll put in A. This one has good puzzles too. Not too difficult. Not too difficult. It's kind of fun. I really enjoyed that. You know. And for how long ago this game came out, the graphics now, while it does look like a product of its time, it does look dated, but it is not terrible. No, especially on like 2K like monitor, it does not look all that bad. No, it doesn't look amazing, obviously, but not terrible. Not terrible. And when I talk about like this series, like whether it's Chronicles of Misthreel or Art of Murder, I'm talking about just the point and click games, because I don't know what it is with City Interactive where they like to make half the games hidden object, like suddenly switch to hidden objects. I don't know why. They suck at making hidden object games, by the way, but somehow they went there. They like to do that, but the point and clicks are great. Hidden object, not so much. Okay, last game on the list. I finally got to the last game. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Treasures of Knowledge is got to be in S. It's S tier for me. Okay, it's a game I played when I was a kid. You know, I grew up playing the Carmen Sandiego games. This is one of them. The other one that I replayed the most being Great Chase True Time. And it is the game that started my love for mystery point-and-click adventure games. It's this game. No, it is good. It's also, I think, one of the only Carmen Sandiego games I can find from the original series. And ignore the other one. Okay, this one is where it's at. And yes, it is like cartoons, so it's like 2D animated and stuff. 2D/3D, so it kind of still lives up to its time though. For how long ago it came out, it still looks really good. Yeah, and I really like it. I still enjoy it whenever I go back to play it. I do go revisit it. No, and it says it's for ages 8 to 12, but as an adult, I still like it. Okay, I still recommend it. It's like amazing. You know, and it's just S tier for me. It'll always be S tier. Special place in my heart for that game. Because without that game, I would have not been into mystery point-and-click adventure games. That game's where it's at. I played it before. You can find the VODs on my channel on YouTube. But it is good. It is very good. And my model is going crazy. Hold on. But that is it. That is it for my tier ranking list for all the games I've played for the past 2 years, from 2024 and 2025. That's a lot of games, I just realized. And it's almost 4 hours of me talking about my games. 3 hours and 35 minutes and ongoing. Oh, man, I thought I would finish it much faster, but this is a lot of games, guys. And that's the entire stream for tonight. It's just me talking and ranking my games. I thought I could do some gaming, but apparently not. Just like history, the Peanut Gallery finally assembled. Yeah. I know a lot of these games you guys weren't around to watch me play. Because you guys, most of you came in when I was playing Gabriel Knight, I think. Around that time. So a lot of these games you probably missed me playing some of them. Like the ones from 2024. But you know, for a lot of them you guys were here. You know, and it's really enjoyable having you guys here watching me and helping me out and just chatting, actually. You guys made the games better. And yes, only one on F tier. Like I said, I am very forgiving for my games. It's really hard for me to rank a game on F tier. Like at most, like even for the games that I really dislike, even for like the Nancy Drew games, there are some that I really don't like, but most of them will only be on exceptionally boring, because I acknowledge that it's like I don't like it, but other people like it. But this game, Raincoat, is like the only one I'm like, fuck you. It's really hard for me to get a game to be ranked on F. This game, hands down, is really terrible. F tier. Fuck you, forever behind bars. Don't play it. Now I know some people will say, "Oh, you know, it's just not your thing." But it's for a mystery game, and I'm speaking like as a mystery adventure lover. No, I love me a good murder mystery, or like just a mystery point and click in general. This is not it, guys. I'm speaking it from that point. If you are playing the game, if you're playing the game and you're going into the game thinking, "Oh, I want a good mystery game. I want to solve mysteries," this is not the game for you. This is a Japanese game. Very, very Japanese. You need to go into that game knowing about that, expecting that. And I'm speaking of it like not like a good thing in this case. And it's sad that it's the only description I can give for this game. It's like Japanese, very Japanese. You know, like the humor, and everything, the gameplay style, everything is just so Japanese, and not in a good way. Not in a good way. It started off good, like the whole concept of that game is good, just meh. So yeah, like F. We'll see if you'll add more on there this year. We'll see. We'll see. I need to start like clearing all this out and then adding my games I played this year onto the game list so I could get ready for the ranking list at the end of this year, which would be a long time later, but not too long. But it's already like towards the end of February, and just a blink of an eye, it'll be the end of the year. Time flies really fast as an adult when you start working, and yeah. I should save this one. I could save it as a picture. I could save and download it, and then I'll clear it out. I might take a screenshot or something and I might clear it out, because I need to use the same thing. Because I'm lazy to create a new tier list, but I need to use this as like okay, download image. I will download it. I would download this tier list for 2025 and 2024. Okay, and then we'll compare it with like this year's game. So I saved the photo, so I have the photo like downloaded, so we can refer to it when I when I rank my games for 2026. And then we'll see just the difference. How about that? But I will clear out all these pictures and stuff so I can add my new games onto here. But yeah, save that tier list already. So I will change the title too. And then at the end of this year, I will rank all the games I played, and we'll see just how it goes. Probably won't be as long of a stream as like this year's though, because I'm ranking 2 years worth of games I played on this list. And so at the end of this year, for 2026, it'll be only for a year's worth of games, so it might be a bit shorter than that. But yeah, good times. All the memories we've made with these games. Some of them I might revisit in the future. You know? Who knows? Like some of like the Agatha Christie games, for example. Right? Guillermo Knight, maybe. Who knows? Maybe we have an urge to play it again. You know, like for example, ABC Murders. I played that much earlier, so it's not on this list. I played it in like 2022 or 2023. But I love ABC Murders. It's one of my favorite like Agatha Christie games. So who knows? Maybe I'll replay it in the future again. But yeah, that is it for my game ranking list for 2024 and 2025. Man, that has been long. It's almost 4 hours. I probably should end the recording for this YouTube video because I'm not going to cut it. It's just going to be one whole ass long video. And people just will enjoy it for what it is. But yeah, for those of you watching on YouTube, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. And my tier list for 2026 will be out at the end of this year. So I'll see you guys then. Until then, take care.